I like just started getting like a sliver of success in comedy.
Like what B stands for bitches. That's not gonna cut it though.
The B stands for boys' butts.
It's like a peach fuzz mustache. It is. May I?
Give it a feel.
It was cool to be able to talk to Adam Ray when he was at my home club 3E's. He was telling me that he has this Dr. Phil idea, and I'm like, what?
The freaking voicemail from Bill Burr. The JJAlexander Show. We're live. Hey, welcome to the podcast, Mr. Ben.
Thanks for having me, man.
Caleb? Let's go, dude. Yeah, man. No, I think maybe move. Have you ever thought about moving? Or are you just locked in, man?
Yeah, I've talked about it a lot. I think in the next couple years, I probably will. But I've also Denver's so good.
It's just good enough not to leave. That's the thing.
The trouble with it is it's hard to travel out of. So I want to get somewhere more centralized, but also Denver. I don't want to downgrade. In almost every city in the center of like the country is a downgrade.
Yeah, if you move it's literally if you're moving from Denver, you have to do LA, New York, Austin. That's it.
I don't want to do LA or Austin probably. New York
would be good for you.
Would be good, but also it's so expensive. I feel like I'd want to get like a little more under my belt, maybe some credits or something before going there. But like Atlanta or Chicago would kind of be, I think, equivalent or similar to Denver.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I've heard good things about Chicago. Not near like I just have heard like it's just the amount of comics in Austin is insane right now. Because you have like a couple dogs and then a bunch of schizophrenic people. Yeah. Which is a lot of scenes. You know, like that's a lot of what it is. If you go to LA,
I feel like Austin's a little bit more people. It's just like saturated with that. Yeah. Where you have the bottom level of comics are just like hundreds of open micers.
It's like, you know what? I'm gonna move to Austin to start going to open mics. Yeah, like, that's it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like I start my open mic career.
Yeah, like I think if you're gonna move something, but also the thing is that like when you start doing comedy, you like progress in a scene. It's like people are always gonna see you as like, oh, this person started like after me. Why are they getting this?
Yeah,
like
they view you as they first saw you, which makes sense. I'm starting to come around to understanding that more because now having done it 5 years, I'll go to open mics still quite a bit, but I'm not watching anybody. And it's not like a disrespectful thing. It's just like a mental health thing where you go, dude, I did that for a year or two. I can't watch.
Like,
I struggle if a friend's like, hey, can you watch my set? I'm like, ugh. All right.
I'm like, send it to me on my phone. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like if you
send me the 30-second punchline.
I'll sit down with you and I'll do a writing session. I don't want to freaking watch you bomb in front of 4 people with this new bit you have about squirting. I don't want to do that at all.
Yeah. It can be tough to tell though too. Like in some rooms that are really rowdy or just bad. Yeah. It's like, dude, that might be funny. I'm not sure though. This crowd.
Yeah, but then it's like there's like the added X factor. It's like freaking that's what Lion's Lair is. It's like you have to just freaking figure out how to deal with a terrible room most of the time, and it's a skill set. Yeah.
You go there every Monday?
No. What do you think I'm doing?
I haven't gone, dude. It's funny because when I first started, I told this to people. Every new person because it's like a passed down saying is, dude, you get good at Lion's Lair going last. You get good going last at a bad open mic, which it's like incorrect. No, you do not.
True. You do not. Look, that's how you say something into a microphone that makes you not get booked ever again.
That helps you get more comfortable on stage and understand like, hey, a lot of this is nobody cares, nobody's listening. You need to do your thing, whether there are people or not. But that's like certainly now it's like if I go last at an open mic and do a joke that I'm working on and there's nobody there to give me input, it's like, that wasn't productive.
Yeah. It's like, what are you getting out of it in terms of getting material? It's just like, also, it's like I'm hitting mics hard again, which I haven't done in a while because it's like how you get booked like a decent amount. I'm like, oh, I'll do shows on the weekend. But the thing is, then you just fall back and you do the exact same material that you're used to, and you're like, I know every single one of these jokes, exactly what's going to work about it.
Yeah.
And you just kind of get into that rhythm. And then it's like, okay, how do I get locked in if I have to do a longer set when I don't get to lean on this 15 that's incredible, like really good.
Yeah.
I almost just called my own act incredible. That was close. It's
incredible.
Really,
what's your mindset with open mics? Especially nowadays, like you said, you're doing a lot of old material, just kind of repeating. Do you not go a lot with just like, because I'll just throw stuff against the wall and really give.
That's what I'm getting back to.
A bad impression to other comics. Be like, this guy stinks.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that because I don't even have it memorized yet, but I didn't want to say the old stuff.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's just like, I think coming up with just like have a basic idea of where you want to go and then just kind of like talking through things. It's a good skill to like do. Yeah. Also just like, I'm going to be doing freaking crowd work. I'm trying to get clips. Just do.
You trying to get clips at open mics?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, come on.
It might be bad.
Well, you got open mics down here where you can, that are clip potential?
Probably. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Oscar Blues. If you want, we can hit 3 mics tonight. That was like, if you're down.
When's the first one start?
My first mic starts at 7.
7?
Yeah.
We'll see. You
got plans?
Well,
you didn't block off your entire day.
No, I did
for this podcast.
Yeah. I'm free till midnight.
Yeah.
I'm on a keto diet and I ate at 10 a.m. and then I went to Ethan's and drove straight here.
So you got to get some grub.
Yeah.
I know you can go get a steak.
Yeah. I guess I could do that.
You can go get some steaks, dude. We can go to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm so down. Yeah. I'm going to go to Texas Roadhouse, hit a couple open mics.
Broccoli?
Steaks and broccoli. Nice. Let's go. I'm not doing like keto, as you can tell, but I'm like not eating bread right now. That's like my thing.
Yeah, you said you were trying to get ripped. Yeah,
that's the goal, dude.
Yeah?
Get in there.
Okay. What is that? It's gym every day? And then,
gym every day. I'm trying to bench 300 so I can get a tattoo. That's my goal. I'm at 275.
Okay.
Actually, no, not 285.
285.
Yeah.
And as soon as you hit 300, you're getting a tattoo?
As soon as I'm going to get look up cool cowboy tattoos.
You're just going to get a big dumbbell across your chest?
No, it's going to be like a longhorn.
Yeah.
Like with like a cowboy inside of it.
Oh, you already have it. Is this your OnlyFans?
This is my OnlyFans, dude. It's my OnlyFans. I'm just trying to get like hot enough so I'm deserving of love again. That's what nice. I want.
I hear that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'm just trying to get massive. That's it.
I'm trying to come to terms with my receding hair and thinning and how it's
just
there, like, man. It's.
You thought about going to Turkey, get some hair plugs, dude?
I don't have that kind of money.
Dude, it's only 4,000.
Yeah, but then it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, like something like this. Like that. Like I'd get something like that. Like
okay.
That
wow.
Like that's sick.
As like a haha joke?
No,
like,
it's just sick. I just think it's cool.
Yeah.
I just want to get some badass looking stuff on my arms, dude.
That's definitely Austin right there, dude.
Yeah, man.
I'm cowboy.
I'm full cowboy. I got a freaking big cowboy belt buckle. It was very funny. I spent the night at Evan Joe's.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, I did some show. I think I did Stella's up in Greeley, and I was driving back, and I'm like, I'm gonna get home at 1 a.m. I should just sleep in Denver. So I just hit up Evan Joe. I'm like, dude, please let me sleep on your couch. He's like, yeah. I like go lay down. I take off I have a freaking huge cowboy belt buckle.
Yeah.
And left my belt there. Completely forgot about it.
Dude.
And then he called me and he's like, I have exciting news. And I found your belt. And I was like, oh, dude, are you wearing it? It's like, it is way too big for me. Like, I was like, dude, it's like 2 Evan Joes could fit in my belt.
Dude,
for sure. He's a small man.
My cousins, growing up, they were rodeo guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
They would trailer out to Texas all the time. They lived in Virginia, but it would go out to Texas all the time. Take the horses. The belt buckle was the thing. Like, that's a badge of honor.
I've just stolen valor with mine.
If you went, if you rope in, I don't know the terms and stuff. I went and watched some, but did you grow up around that?
No, man.
No, you're trying to grow into it.
I dig that vibe, man, for sure. I did bale hay for a summer.
Oh, that's
so
not
I guess
fun.
that counts for something.
With the tractor, or they manually?
No, just manually, just grabbing hay.
You just grabbing it like this, and then
literally
roping it around.
Dude, I'm just freaking. I was tossing hay into a truck.
Here in Colorado Springs?
Yeah.
Where?
Like it was out by like Peyton, I think.
Is that
it's
just
like
for a job or your family?
Yeah, just a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like we were doing landscaping stuff. They're like, hey, do you want to do this too? I'm like, yeah, screw it. Because it was me and my buddy Simeon. We just were wrestling. So it's like we just go do random jobs.
Like what job helps train wrestling?
Do freaking
the best? You go,
throwing hay, dude. It's so funny. Like I'm trying to figure out a way to talk about this. Whenever we would play like any like no middle of nowhere town in Colorado. Like, we play like Lamar or La Junta in football every single time. Our coach says the exact same thing. He'd be like, "Hey, those boys up front, they throw hay. They throw hay, dude." Like, that's what they would do every single time. And it was like fat guys. That's all their offensive line were. They weren't special. It wasn't like
they throw hay.
Those
dude.
boys, they throw hay. They throw hay. Caleb knows. Caleb knows about what's up, dude. Me and Caleb played high school football together, dude.
Oh yeah, okay.
Man.
Were y'all good? Any good?
Yeah, he was. My senior year was bad. Yeah,
bad. Just performance wise.
Yeah, just
not injured.
Not our best. No,
you're saying you're.
We just didn't win enough games.
What were you? Lineman?
I was O-line, D-line.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I played 1 year,
man.
7th grade.
7th grade, yeah. MVP.
Rode the bench quite a bit.
Oh, what are you with that build, with that body,
dude?
No way.
I was 7th grade. I was probably about 84 pounds.
Dude, you in 7th grade is an insane. Like, a poor kid. Do you have glasses?
Oh, not yet. No, dude.
You're like, just wait.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
just
like,
wait till I go full nerd.
You know what? I might be small, but at least I don't have glasses. Then you're like, well,
let's bring the glasses on too.
Yeah,
might as well.
Dude, the glasses.
They made a rule in that league because of me that each player had to play at least 9 plays a game. Because I sat the bench so much, they're like, all right, everybody has to play 9 plays.
Got in there. You're the Rudy, brother.
And
you're
then they
Rudy.
threw me in as safety. I got an interception, and then they started like starting me. And then they're like, oh, he pulled it back from there. They're like, he got a lucky.
Let's not get too overzealous.
In 7th grade, I still remember the guy just threw it up in the air, and literally I was standing in the center of the field and just came straight to me. There weren't any receivers around, and that was viewed as like, oh my gosh, Ben,
he's gonna make it to
baller.
the league. I thought I was gonna go to the NFL. Like, for real. Like, in high school, I was like, I'm going to be an NFL football player.
Oh, dude.
And then I went to this camp at Fort Lewis. It was like for D2 because like they invited me there, which was cool. And it was just like a full padded like camp. I'm going against like 6'6", 320-pound dudes from like Compton, just getting
hay. Throwing hay from Compton.
Yeah, they would kick the shit out of me, dude.
How much were you? How much you weigh?
Dude, I weighed like 220.
220.
Yeah, not a lot. And I'm like,
they like, you need to gain 60 pounds before you get.
And I thought, I was like, you know what, this is it, because like my freshman year I weighed like 170. And then I was like, you know what? I want to start next year. So my plan to gain all this weight is I would get the big bags of cereal, like the Malto-Meal bags of cereal. I was just eating like half a bag a day and like an entire gallon of milk every single day.
Dude, how much weight did you put on?
And I by the time my sophomore season started, I weighed 235.
Oh my!
So I put on almost 65 pounds in a summer.
Dude, how did you not have a heart attack on the field?
All beef, brother. And then the thing is, like, I would cut back down for wrestling, and then I'd end up at like 195.
Oh, that's not healthy.
Yeah. And then I'd go back up. Every year.
You see actors do that. They do like one movie.
I was Christian Bale. I was Christian Bale on my football team.
They do one movie like that, and they're like, my thyroid and all my other organs do not work anymore because like my insulin just doesn't pump anymore because I ruined my body.
It's like, oh, you know what, Matthew McConaughey, you're an incredible actor. What if you actually had AIDS?
Yeah.
And then they're just like, he's just dying.
That's going to be the future of acting, dude. With prep, it's like, I'm just going to get AIDS.
Yeah, you know,
I'll deal with it, but I want to go full character.
I got money.
Yeah, dude.
I can like Magic Johnson had so much money, he didn't have to worry about having AIDS. Like, that's insane.
It's nothing.
Yeah. Is he gay?
That's what I've heard.
Can you pull it up? I don't think he was gay, right? How did
he claim? I mean, he says he isn't. There's people. I think the conspiracy is that he got it from a man, but he says he didn't.
It was initially rumored that he was gay or bisexual. He denied both. You know what? Just tell him.
I think he said he just got it.
What's
from
the Dwight Howard thing? Also, I wanted to look that up. Is Dwight Howard gay?
He's in China now. Yeah. I've heard that too.
I believe he's in China and he's gay. That's a weird spot.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal in China. Like, I think it's illegal in a lot of countries, actually, unfortunately. What do you think about the people going over playing? How would you feel going over playing, getting a payday, but playing in a culture where you like, a lot of people don't speak English and you don't speak Mandarin or Chinese or Cantonese, whatever the.
I would feel so alone.
Even if you're getting a big payday, yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
you got your boys on the basketball team.
What good is success if you don't have people to share it with?
Yeah,
you know, I think it's empty, and that's really like it's sad. It's sad that it does happen with comedy. It's like your goal is to be alone on the road most of the time.
Yeah,
like that's the end.
No, I feel it now. You probably feel it as well. Like getting above open mics, and then you start getting busier with shows. So then you're like the initial part of it, the community where you're hanging out with your buddies every single night.
It's gone.
Trying out new jokes and stuff. And then you're doing shows and you're like, okay, I'll see buddies sometimes, but sometimes I'm on shows with people I don't know or maybe don't like that much. And then if you're on the road, you're like, oh, this is great. But also like, this is.
Yeah. It's like I've had a couple ones like I did Durango with Josh Emerson, and like that was great. Like it was a great time, and like it was like we became a lot closer just by doing that stuff. And like you do like because we weren't like super tight, but then kind of after that, like we became like closer friends. You know, like that stuff happens. You know, but also like the thing is like if you imagine doing that same weekend with someone that sucks.
Oh, dude.
It's bad.
Did you feel this way? I remember the beginning going, dude, I'll get on the road with anybody. I don't care. I'm just excited to do comedy. Now I'm like, I don't want to ride down to Colorado Springs with someone that I don't like that much.
Yeah.
You're like, we can drive separate. I don't care about gas money. You're like, I just can't listen to.
I'm like, I don't want to.
And it's not everybody, but we know people where you're just like, and it's fine. Not everybody gets along.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And like the thing is that I just now have been like, oh, you know what, Jason? You don't have to be everyone's best friend.
Yeah.
It just now happened.
Yeah.
Like it took me like literally like 3 years to figure that out.
Oh, it takes. Yeah. We all go through that.
Yeah, dude.
And I think it depends on. I'm working very hard with like diet and stuff to just try to feel like as comfortable and not anxious and mentally clear as possible. And when you're feeling good, you're able to logically be like, yeah, just I'm being myself. I'm comfortable with who I am. And not everybody I'm not going to be everybody's best friend. That's okay. But when you're feeling anxious and not good, then it's easy to spiral and be like, oh, am I acting weird? Because I feel weird inside and maybe I'm not being the best version of myself.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm giving off a bad impression and then they don't like me. And
yeah, dude, I definitely rub people the wrong way. I'll say the funniest thing I possibly can think of, and that's really bad a lot of the times. And sometimes it's not very funny, and that's really tough.
Yeah,
it's really tough when I'm like
swinging and missing.
I'm throwing Hail Marys, and then someone's like, "You know what you said was actually very problematic, right?" And I'm like, "I'm goofing. Come on."
Yeah, we're comedians.
What am I doing? Like I don't mean what I'm saying.
That's the funniest thing where we're up there joking all the time. And I mean, I do mostly clean comedy. I'm not doing much divisive stuff. But even still, it's like I understand that we're all joking, okay? And I'm not offended by people making jokes. And the fact that we make jokes all the time, we're in this joke setting, and then someone says a joke, and someone's like, excuse me? And it's like, are you like, what are you talking about?
It's like this is like an argument. I get it. That's like I do think almost anything's on the table when it comes to a joke. Like it's like if you're being lazy with it, then that's bad. But
and I think there's a couple things that I wouldn't touch.
Me too. I don't joke about sex on stage.
Yeah.
Joke about it a lot on my podcast. My mom's not happy about it.
Oh yeah. Is she one of your viewers?
Yeah, my
that's
mom
the same with my podcast. My mom.
We're the same, dude.
Yeah. She's like, we used to chat like every week. I'd call him like on Sundays, and it's been, I've just gotten busier, so I haven't been able to call as much. But when I call, my mom's like, well, at least I hear what you're up to on your podcast. I'm like, oh, thanks for listening, Mom.
And you're just crying when you go see those 10 viewers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that's where we're at. Like some of the clips are doing like okay.
Yeah.
Episodes not doing that.
Dude, it's a slow build. I need to I'm trying to mention it more. You mention it when you're going on stage, or you telling hosts like, can you bring me up to podcast?
Oh, I'm gonna start doing that. That's a really good idea.
I've been very
I'm gonna have a link. Yeah, do you have a link tree?
Yes.
Yep, I'm gonna make that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I've been anxious about and hesitant about doing it. But at this point, especially on the road, same with my Instagram handle, like stickers with it. It's like on the road, especially, just tell everybody. Like otherwise you're traveling all these miles and being in front of hundreds of people for nothing. Not for nothing, but you're like you really miss an opportunity if you're not saying that stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was crazy. I went on this big road trip with my dad. and because I was moving my great grandparents out from the retirement home into my dad's house, which is actually really cool because like that doesn't happen for a lot of people. Like they usually just die in your retirement home. Like they just explained like to my dad what was happening in the retirement home. They're like, yeah, we just like, you know, you make friends with somebody and then, you know, they just die and then you
make another friend
and then you make
they
another
die.
friend. Yeah, literally. And like my dad like starts crying. He's like, let's move them into our house in Missouri. So we drive them all the way out. And like on the drive there, he's like, okay, Jason, how did you like the comedians you love? How did you find out about them? I'm like, podcasts, Joe Rogan, TikTok, like Theo Von. He was like, why are you emphasizing doing shows this much and not emphasizing your podcast and content more? That's how someone's going to discover you. Like that's how Matt Wright got discovered. That's the path now is through the internet.
Yeah.
It's not through just like showing up in whatever, like Des Moines and then you could get a standing ovation in Des Moines and it's not going to move. Like, what are you going to get? 300 followers maybe?
That's if every single person follows you, which is not going to happen.
Probably not. Even if you're incredible and like people are like want to come see. Like obviously you should get really good and still like work hard on the stand up part because that's like what we want to do.
Yeah.
But like, dude, the content piece is the
it is unfortunate. Like I've fought it for a long time, but I'm coming around to just being like, look, it's part of what it is. It's no longer just work at being funny and doing jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much focusing on that, but it's like. Yeah, you can do that all day. Like you said, you can go crush in all these places and then be like, I'm not moving tickets. People aren't following me. And if you're not doing it too, everybody else is doing it. So then you could be crushing and like building like a little following with maybe an email list or something like that, which is good to do as well.
It's good.
But then somebody who's just like done comedy 6 months and popped off on TikTok is now like, there's so many of those that are taking the spots. That you like,
gotta go be that.
Yeah, you have to like have something.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's always the weird ways around is usually what makes someone pop. It's like Theo Von kind of popped because of like his podcast. His podcast was very, very good, and like Rogan, same thing. Like he already was pretty darn famous, and then but his podcast is what made him do arenas.
Oh, for sure.
That's what it was. It wasn't like, oh wow, you need to see Joe Rogan the stand up. It's like you see Joe Rogan the entertainer and like the person.
You ever seen him live?
Dude, I actually have a pretty good story about this. So I went down to Austin, Texas, and I was trying to find an open mic. And I went down to the Creek in the Cave because I heard that there was an open mic that night. And they were like, hey, bad news, open mic's canceled. Joe Rogan just popped in. And I was like, what? So like literally they were like, hey, you just got to go hang out in the back. You can't watch because you didn't get a ticket, but you just hang out. Right. I found out you can just sit in the bathroom and they play it over the speaker. So I listened to his, like the whole hour sitting on the toilet.
Oh my God.
It's pretty good.
Was it just one toilet? You just took up the one toilet, people coming in?
No, there's a couple stalls. No one was waiting. I wouldn't do that. I'd move to a urinal and then move back in.
Yeah.
It just wait. And like it's like that
you just
honestly,
go wait outside of the door, they finish, you walk right back in.
Just like
keep going. You almost
this guy's been washing his hands for a while.
Trying to listen in comfort. In the comfort from a seat.
But yeah, like I remember I think that's probably the moment I realized that like I really love stand up. When you're going and sitting on a toilet for almost an hour trying to listen to Joe Rogan's new hour.
How was it?
It's pretty legit. Like he has some pretty funny stuff about like Meghan and Prince Harry, because they like hate Joe Rogan. He's some really good stuff about that.
That's funny.
And then he had he had a pretty good bit about the N-word thing.
Okay.
So good. It was great. Like it was just like it was one of those moments where you just like fall, like there's like I've had a lot of those recently where you just fall in love with comedy a little bit more.
Yeah,
it's never gonna go away. That's the beautiful thing about it.
It's it gets harder and harder the more we do it, because the more you're like analyzing jokes.
Yeah.
So it's harder to get like just sucked into the comedy itself. But it is a fun experience when you're able to. It sounds like with Rogan, I remember I saw Ron White come through.
Yeah.
Pre-pandemic, he did New Talent Night, or he headlined New Talent Night, did like 20.
No way.
Yeah, so first off, everybody that was on that show, I mean, the crowd was just, everybody was destroying because they're like so excited for Ron White. And then he went up, and I was sitting in the piano section there, and it's one of the few times I remember crying, laughing. Like my stomach hurt. He was crushing. And that's one of the few times. And then I saw this guy at the lounge a couple months ago, and I was doing, Ran Barncolo.
No.
I think his name is. He's kind of like he's out of Cincinnati. He's kind of like their version of Sam Talent, just like a goofball riffing machine.
Yeah.
And dude, I was cracking up at the lounge. He was literally just like, he would do a joke, and that room can be tight sometimes.
Yeah.
And there was some tight crowds, and he was doing jokes and they wouldn't laugh, and then he would just like hold it, and then you just point at him and go, he just start shooting the crowd with his finger, which is just like so funny. It's like, he's like, you're dead. I hate you. You're stupid.
That's amazing, dude.
But doing it in a goofy way to where people were like dying from that rather than being like, this is uncomfortable.
So
if I did that, they'd be like, what are you doing?
This guy is planning.
Yeah. This guy is.
This guy has.
We better laugh or he's going to take action.
You're dead, dude. You can't be a white guy with glasses and start pointing guns at people. Can't do that.
Can't do that.
It's out of the cards for us, brother.
What's the finger? What's the knife gesture? That's the shocker.
Oh,
I guess some might call it the knife. That's as dirty as I get, guys. Is there not a knife gesture?
Look at that.
Just the full stab?
No, probably that.
Oh, I guess you
hold the imaginary knife.
Yeah. Use the mic. I guess you got to use the mic. Yeah.
Use props. That's what I need to do more. I think I should just go full Carrot Top. I think if like in like 10 years, if like I like don't have like a career or something, I'll just probably be a prop comic.
Dude,
I think
have
just
you seen
do
him?
that.
What's your thought on him?
Not bad.
Dude,
this is what I'll say.
I think he's very funny.
This is, dude, me and you just bond over our love of Carrot Top.
Dude,
he had this one, like, he had this, I forgot what the joke was. Can you look up Carrot Top Tonight Show set?
Because people will make fun of that because they kind of put it together. Obviously, like prop
imagine
comedy
being
or
so good at prop comedy that no one else does it ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just so goofy. It's so funny.
This is before I was born.
Wow. That's wild.
In 2000.
I was 11. But probably not allowed to watch this because I was sheltered. Dude, I mean, that. He just showed his belly to the band.
Pause. Wait, what joke is that? He looks
Clinton,
like the president.
Clinton's
Is that Clinton? He said he looks like. That's a good joke. Okay, you play it. Casey Rocket's good. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's kind of like the high pace. It's like me and you are very traditional stand-ups.
Yeah.
Like we jokes and like we're like club comics. Like for sure. Like Comedy Works loves us. Like the kind of jokes. Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They should. They should. Like, but in terms of like when I look at like your jokes, it's like I know when you're writing it out, like you're probably getting a laugh at the end of every line.
Yeah,
like
trying to work on the writing specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
very good. Like Comedy Works just produces a lot of very, very good writers.
Yeah, but that like, what's your thought on? Because I'm not a fan. And I think a lot of people aren't a fan. They make fun of like ventriloquist and the hacky like prop stuff versus. A lot of that, though, you can tell the people are like, I genuinely think this corny, goofy thing is funny versus Carrot Top is just like, I'm a silly boy. Yeah. He's just up there just like shaking hands with the crowd. He's like, play it, band. Oh, they didn't. All right, play it. But like, he's just
very over the place.
Yeah. Which is just the energy of it is very funny.
Like, it's like, especially if you watch like a person just bomb and he's like, and
just... Dude, if you watch them bomb and they commit, it's the funniest thing ever, especially as a comedian, because you're like, dude, they don't care at all. They are just committed and nobody gets it in the audience. Yeah. And they're just like, I don't care.
Yeah, like there's like I think there's a scandal about David Lucas right now. Like he made a George Floyd joke and like people are like hate him right now.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
People were very upset. And
people
then he's just
leaving
like,
the
people just walking people. And I'm like, dude, like that's like, it's a crazy thing because it's like how, because that's feedback. That means you didn't get away with it.
Yeah.
Like you're walking people. Like Anthony Jeselnik has said some crazy stuff. He's not walking crowds, which is wild. Like, I think but also the thing is like he has his audience already. I think someone like David Lucas, I don't think has that yet. We're like, there could be just some people that are just like, we want to go to a comedy show. Oh, there's this guy.
Yeah.
But I think eventually once you break that out and then you have your own audience, like they're just down.
Yeah, and I respect people, like I said earlier, like swinging and missing and going for it. Yeah. But I will say I did see that clip, and I'm not interested in going anywhere toward that territory because a lot of that, what I saw from that, and maybe he's working it out and
definitely he's in a funny bone.
That was
are you serious?
That was input for him to maybe change it, but that just felt like edgelord, like shock comedy. Like I'm just gonna say the thing that's gonna make you guys go what?
Yeah.
And that stuff, and we see it all the time. I mean, I'm sure Austin is, I've heard Austin is mostly that.
Also New York. When I went to New York, like any of the open mics, I'm like, dude, like the Denver would never
allow
this.
But you still see it, like, I mean, I'm sure here, anywhere. Like in a lot of places in Denver, they don't let you get away with it, but also they do. Like you go to certain open mics, and it's like kind of free reign.
Yeah.
And people say stuff, and dude, I did Long Table.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
No.
It's on Mondays now. And it was a couple weeks ago, and a dude, it was his first time. He was sitting behind the comics.
Yeah.
Like not in a place where like literally it's a room, everybody's here, and he was just sitting in the back, and everybody was like, what is this guy doing? And then he just walks up, and then he's like a Latino dude. He says a racial slur. I won't say which one, but it was the one.
Oh, we've had a couple of those down here in the Springs.
He like kept saying it. Everybody was like, is he allowed to, like, he's not.
Who? And then everyone's just like looking around to be like, who's going to yell at this guy?
But it was such a small open mic, and this guy's like doing it his first time, and I don't think he's probably going to come out again, that you're just like confused, and you're like, I don't even know this guy's name to be like, to tell people like, this guy was weird. You're just like, there was a guy that was wild.
We like, I remember there was this one time, like Trent, who was the first guest on the podcast, now he's opening up for Nate Jackson. He had this joke about like, we should allow white people to say the N-word one day a year and have like a purge day. And I was like, that's hilarious. It's very good. It's an incredible bit. I'm not going to bitch it. But the guy that went up after him is his first time doing stand-up. Opens his set on the N-word. Just opens his set.
Where at?
It is at a venue that does not exist anymore.
Okay.
It is now a breakfast restaurant.
Nice.
It was at Oscar's Oyster Bar that went out of business. It was an oyster bar in Colorado Springs, Colorado, above a burlesque, like dance
that sounds about
studio.
Right, dude. Yeah, you're a company. You're a business. You have an open mic, and people are saying
the N-word.
The N-word. They're like, look, we just have to become a different type of venue.
You know what? Now we sell bacon and eggs.
Yeah. Now bagels and cream cheese.
Yeah, bagels, cream cheese.
That's as dirty as we get.
Mic. Yeah, I would love to just pitch an open mic at a Cracker Barrel. You know what I mean? Just like get people going.
Dude, Jeff Stonick used to do an open mic at Breakfast King, a 24/7 diner.
That's awesome. That's actually sweet.
I've never felt more out of place. It was one of the last open mics I did before everything shut down in the pandemic. And I remember, because it was at midnight, and I remember standing in the middle of a diner with people eating pancakes. There's just like groups of tables of people coming in late, and you're doing jokes, and just having the thought of like, somebody's going to walk in the room at any moment and go, what are you doing? Like an owner who's like, what are you doing in the middle?
Stop.
I was honestly in my head, I was like, does Jeff have permission to do it? It felt so out of, it was a very funny.
No one cared.
It was a very funny test of like, because we do those all the time where people don't care. But
Ambush
when people
comedy, dude.
When people don't care and you're in a venue where you're just seeing people eat food and they're looking up and they're like, I just want to eat my pancakes. I don't want you to crowd work
pancakes is so like the best joke I've ever heard is not better than pancakes, dude. I love pancakes.
Pancakes, a lot of butter, syrup.
Don't get me freaking started.
I'm on keto now.
Dude,
that makes me sad.
Oh man, you could find some keto pancakes. Use like oats or something. I don't know.
Oats are 100% carbs, which are 100% not allowed on keto. Dude,
we found out on the last podcast I can't read. That's what we found out. Like I can't. Like we had like we have a sponsor, and like they had the like text on the TV, and I was like trying to read it, and I could not get through it.
I love how you spoke words to me and you go, I can't read.
I can't. Like, dude, like
I
there's
can't
something.
read. That's the excuse for the words that came out of my speaking mouth.
No, like when I was like reading it, it's just like I skip words. I think I could be dyslexic. Like there's a decent chance.
Maybe.
Like, because I'll read words in
Do
the
you
wrong
read
order.
right to left? Is that? I
Yeah.
think that's the main
Don't
indicator.
make me do it again. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, is this you? You got
We have a sponsor. Okay, we'll do the sponsor right now.
Oh, let's hear them, dude.
Crap. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about window cleaning. This is for those of you in the Colorado Springs area only, by the way. If you're like most of us, the last thing you want to do is spend your spare time on a honey-do that more often than not looks like you cleaned it with a pork chop. Why not just hire a professional from the get-go to get those windows streak-free as your bride had in mind? Check out Bailout Window Cleaning on Facebook for your window cleaning and screen repair needs. That was the best one. But see, in the beginning, I messed up.
Well, you got going.
It's hard. Reading's hard.
Bailout window cleaning.
They're
Check
great.
it out.
You're very good. Yeah.
I will say, at Facebook, I bet they have some videos on there where they do the squeegee thing that looks like very satisfying to watch.
That'd be good. You got some squeege videos, dude? We got to get some squeege.
You ever watch those, like the mowing lawn?
Yeah, that's how I
things?
watch stand up now. It's like I'm just on my phone because my algorithms got down to the point. It's just videos of Shane Gillis doing stand up, and then there's a video of like someone like cutting sand, like with a knife.
Sand.
Like it's like satisfying videos. Like them doing that. It's like people like playing with Play-Doh and mixing it into different colors, and then it's just Shane Gillis being like, "Yeah,
Dude, I used to watch so much. My algorithm was full of the lawn mowing videos, and they just like speed it up, and it's just like satisfying.
love that."
And then also the driveway like cleaning, it'd just be like all muddy and stuff, and they'd clean it, whatever power
So good.
spraying.
Yeah, pressure washing.
Yeah, pressure washing.
Pressure washing business would be a good one to do.
You know what? I bet you make bank.
I bet you do. Because you just do it.
Yeah, you go
It
do a
doesn't take-
driveway in an hour, probably get $300.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
honestly,
brilliant.
I've thought about that. I remember when I just got out of college, I went to, I had a family friend who was unemployed. I mean, he was friends of my parents.
Yeah.
But he was unemployed, and he's a hustler type guy.
Yeah.
He's like, he's the type of guy who will go to the fair, buy a bunch of tickets, and then when the line is long, he'll just like sell to the people in the back of the line for double. So they can just go in. Like he's a hustler.
That's actually the dude.
And he's a very successful dude. So it's funny when somebody's very successful, but also is like, I'm gonna make an extra $80 right now.
It's Gary V. You're friends with like Gary V.
Yeah.
He's just out there. He's like I'm about to rip this guy's face off, and he's just like buying a couch. Like,
But we went to a neighbor's house who had a deck, and we quoted them. She was like looking for, I think like pressure washing and then staining the deck. And so we quoted her. And I'm fresh out of college. I don't know anything about quoting or how to quote. And I remember sitting with him, and he's like making up numbers. And he's like 300. We can't make it even. 372. And I remember in my head being like, that's so much money. Like I was thinking maybe $40. Like
you pull numbers, you just ask.
They didn't go with it, but also if we would have quoted $40, like I understand where he's coming from now. It's like, hey, we're gonna do a professional job, you know? Like us as comedians. We were like, how much? You're like 1,000?
I have a very we could bleep out the name, but I was talking with one of the comics. There's a new club that opened, and the person asked, he was like, hey, how much should I pay comedians? And the guy's like, okay, hosts are gonna make $250 to $300. Features, you're gonna pay $600 to $800. Headliners, you're gonna pay $1,500 to $2,500. He just gave those numbers, and then that's what the club decided to use.
Yeah.
Just so they're just way overpaying.
Oh my God. Is that local?
Yeah. You know the club for sure.
A new one? A new second?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm like, dude, you're
Wait,
the best.
so they hadn't implemented that in the other one, but
that's how it started. Is like that's
a
why
couple years ago that's how it started.
Yeah, that's why like the pay is higher there. It's very funny.
Has it come back down or it's still the same?
I think it's still the same.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's freaking. I'm not sure if it's ever gonna open, but we hope like something or not. I don't know.
Or not. do y'all have any indie clubs down here? Like the equivalent of like the lounge
Ultra Flat Black. That's probably our kind of independent club.
How's that been doing?
I haven't been there in forever. I just haven't gone. I probably should make another show or something.
Yeah.
I haven't produced a show. I've been so busy. It's like
You don't
Like,
have to.
Yeah, I don't have to make my own show again. But I think I could. I think it'd be good to do something on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Like just crush it.
Yeah.
Because like most of the people aren't getting booked on a Thursday, so you could get a really good lineup together.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like stuff like that. But yeah, like you've done a couple road gigs recently, right? Or kind of like past couple months. We can just do that.
I mean, maybe last year for sure.
Last year, yeah.
Last couple months. How was it?
Yeah.
In general?
Yeah. How was it? The good, the bad, the ugly.
It's
Where'd
good.
you go? Yeah.
I guess over the last couple months, I did some festivals over the last couple months.
Oh, nice.
And those were good. I had to work on the road, which sucked. Like, would rent out an Airbnb and just work all day and then go straight to the club or the show or whatever, which is not ideal. I was like, oh, this is great. But then you don't get to network. You don't get to meet the people. You don't get to do the like activities like with people to where you can bond.
Yeah.
And so I don't recommend that. But if you don't have PTO, then you know, it's better to go than not. But did some festivals, those were fun. And then what are you trying? You're talking about actual road gigs?
Yeah, let's talk about those road gigs, man.
What was the last one I did? I did a run with Austin and Ed in July or August. Might have been the last one. It's been a minute, but we went through Nebraska and Iowa, South Dakota.
That's good. It's like that's like our kind of runs from Denver. Yeah, it's kind of like doing like I've heard like I like just talked to a couple of my buddy Marshall Baker. He just got back from Nebraska, and he was like, Jason, you would rip in Nebraska.
Oh yeah,
I think that's like it's like that's like my crowd's probably like people that love the Cornhuskers.
Yeah,
and like all
just
that
normal
stuff.
people, dude.
Yeah, normal people
out there
for
goofing.
sure.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. That's it.
And you're not super political. You do some.
I do some Trump.
You do some Trump.
Do a little bit of Trump.
But
do a little bit of making fun of Joe Biden. You know, but it's not like I'm not like advocating for Donald Trump's reelection every set I do. Dude.
Well, I think they would. I think they would probably like the anti-Joe Biden stuff for the most part, and then the Trump stuff. Just doing they probably would enjoy that as well.
Dude, it's because it's also like that. The joke works no matter where I do it.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm talking about my little sister running for class president like Donald Trump ran for the actual presidency. And that's
so
hilarious.
You're not stating an opinion. You're just like
this is an observation and this is funny.
Yeah.
Like even like my Joe Biden thing isn't really making fun of Joe Biden. It's making fun of the fact that I can't talk to girls. Like that's like that's the joke.
Divisive as you get.
That's as divisive as I get. It's just like I feel bad for this guy. Everyone makes fun of Joe Biden for like not being able to give speeches. I'm like, it's just me talking to a girl. That's all he's doing up there. He's like, what? What's going on?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. You just out of body experienced it. I've tried to joke so many times about the first girl I ever like officially asked out.
Yeah.
My junior year of high school.
Yeah.
I went to, she worked at a grocery store. She worked at a Food Lion. Are those out here?
Food
Lions?
What's a food? No Food Lions.
Big East Coast, lower end grocery store.
Yep.
But it was close to my house. This Costa Rican chick, she had moved to the States and she was in my Spanish class, helped me out a lot. She cheated. We cheated together. And she worked at the local Food Lion. So in between junior year and senior year, I was like, I'm going to ask her out. Okay.
Yep.
And mistake number one, I asked my friend to go with me. Mistake number one. But you know, when you're in high school, you're like,
dude, yeah.
Let's bring the boys to this embarrassment. You know, let's get them all in here to see me fail. So we go in, and I'm just like so nervous that we stood in the magazine aisle for 45 minutes. Like I was like, it was to the point where I was like, I'm not gonna do it. You know, when you just think through it so much, you're like, I'm not. Yeah,
and then you got a good
anymore.
friend. It's like, if you don't do it, I'm gonna ask her out.
Literally. It was like, I don't know if he did that. Which, funny enough, he actually dated her soon after that, which was a whole nother issue.
That's tough.
It was.
It was very tough. Fight him,
dude. I threatened to fight him.
I'd fight him, dude.
I remember he called me because we play golf all the time. He called me and he goes, "Hey man, like we can still be friends." And I was like, if you try to golf with me at the course, I will fight you. And I like started crying
dude, that's
a little bit.
That's the widest conversation of all time.
Dude, it was embarrassing. But we're at the grocery store, and so I'm like, in my mind, I go, look, I'm doing it. I don't feel like doing it anymore.
Yeah.
But I've been here long. I'm just gonna go do it. So I walk up to the register. I'm so nervous, and as soon as I start to like open my mouth, she goes, "The register's closed." And I was like, I know. Do you want to go to the movies sometime? And she goes, maybe. And I was like,
And the Rocky Balboa song plays, and you're like, yeah, yeah, dude,
No,
let's
dude.
go.
I literally go, what? Okay, do you want me to, can I get your phone number or do you want me to just come back here again? She goes, just come back here again. And I walked out of that store and I've never set foot back in that store again.
Go back. She's probably still working there.
I was like,
go back, man.
Dude, she became a bodybuilder later. Mariana.
Dude, I was at the gym before this podcast, ladies. And no girl is gonna watch this podcast. I would also like to put that.
You don't have any lady? Your mom?
That doesn't. Shut up, Ben.
She's got some friends. I've heard your jokes.
Yeah, I hope so.
She's got some. Is she still trying to set you up?
She's always trying to set me up. My mom. I think I'm gonna bring this joke back. But one time I was sitting with my mom in church, and there was like this pregnant woman that was sitting by herself in the front row. And she's like, "Hey, Jason, you hit on her yet?" I'm like, "Mom, that's a pregnant woman. I'm guessing she probably has a significant other of some kind." And she's like, "Hey, Jason, at least you know she puts out." Very funny thing for my mom to say in church. Hilarious.
Was she making a joke or was she being
It's like
genuine?
she sat in it and like I cried laughing.
Oh my gosh.
And I immediately just wrote it down on my phone. But I was working out today and there was this girl freaking yoked, dude. And I wanted to do like chest. Like
Flies,
right.
yeah.
Hit some flies. And someone was using the other machine and she's like, "Hey, you can work in with me." And I was like, "What the holy shit?" And then I'm pretty strong,
Yeah.
right? She's doing the same weight as me the whole time, like, and she was like, "Oh,
Works out perfect, dude.
yeah." And then
You don't
she's
even have to switch
underneath.
it.
I didn't change the weight, like I swear, like she's insane. Like it was just a beast. I'm like, there's no way this person's not on steroids. Like I weigh 225 pounds, and she is like a small woman that looks like a cloud.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
I don't understand that. I mean, I don't understand the men doing that when like Mr. Olympia's the fully, it's like obviously body
There's something
dysmorphia.
beautiful in that. That sounded gay.
It's no, I know what you mean though. There's the aesthetic of it is nice, but also like wanting your body to get to that point. A, they're also taking so many steroids. B, that's not a enjoyable life. Literally walking up the stairs is like an issue.
Yeah.
And then when women do it, it's the same thing, but I happen to be attracted to women. So the guys, you're like,
what?
Spoiler alert, ladies.
Ladies, my phone number is
I brought you on this podcast to
come out
as a diversity hire.
Get him
to
outta
come
here.
out. I'm 35. I'm like, this is, guys, I'm ready. This is the
ready.
podcast. I'm going to break the news.
That would be a very funny thing to do. Like just to put a Craigslist ad out. It's like, "Are you willing? Do you want to come out to your parents? Do my podcast." And this is how they'll find out.
Like, if you have over a dozen viewers, that's good enough
That's right.
for me to get the word out.
That's right. I'll get the word
At this
out.
point, my family, I
Yeah.
always wonder if they're like, is he gay?
Yeah.
He's 35 and he's not.
Yeah.
All my siblings are married.
Yeah.
Most of them with kids.
Do you want to get married?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
At some point.
You just got to make it happen.
Yeah.
Just
Honestly, with comedy, that delayed everything because you
Yeah.
have to put like a lot of. It's tough. It's tough for me at least to balance like a serious relationship and be all in on comedy.
yeah.
So I've kind of delayed things there, but yeah, I want to get married at some point, have
That's
kids.
good. That'd be good. You'd be a good dad.
Yeah, I'll be
Definitely good dad.
Yeah, I'll be bald soon though, so it might. We'll see.
No, man, you're gonna find those. Because the beautiful thing about being a man is you can always marry a girl that is in childbearing age. You always can.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get married before it becomes creepy though. I don't want to be 65 being like, hey.
You don't want to Robert De Niro that, dude.
Now, I think, in the next, if I have kids in between 40 to 45,
Yeah.
I think that's totally fine.
Yeah, that's good.
Pop out 2 kids, 60, 63, by the time they graduate college, I'll be healthy. I'll stay.
You'll stay
I'm a runner.
fit. Yeah, you do
I'll stay
run.
fit.
Do you run every day or like close to?
I haven't for the last couple of weeks because this diet thing has been, I
It's
feel
been tough?
so weak.
Really?
Literally,
Then
I've
why
never
are you doing the diet, man?
Well, because it's a transition to like get your body from burning carbs to ketones. And so like, that's just what it is. Like your body's trying to learn to burn fat rather than carbs.
Yeah.
So, but before that I was running like every other day and I was getting up to pretty big runs on the weekend. We'll see. I might go back to carbs. I don't know, but this is an experiment. I want to be as mentally care with the Lyme disease and all the stuff that
Yeah.
I've gone through. I just feel really foggy a lot of times.
Yeah.
And that's not helpful on stage.
Do
Or
you do pot or never?
Okay, I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah,
But-
respect.
Yeah. How about you?
Dude, I'm
You
like,
on it on the pot?
I'm very much on the pot.
Edibles
dude.
or are you smoking?
Smoking,
Both?
dude.
Yeah.
I'm gangster.
Do you feel like it elevates your
my consciousness?
ability?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I do it for sleep. Like, freaking,
Okay.
it puts me out because like I've been having trouble sleeping. I'm just freaking wired up, and then I'm like, I need something to unwind. So
Did you do it on stage though? Like you do it on stage?
I have smoke. The one of my favorite stories about first doing comedy is like I was doing really bad for a while, and like because I was first starting out, I got this edible energy drink that's like 100 milligrams. It was like an edible / energy drink.
100 milligrams.
Chugged the entire thing, and I'm like, Thad, I cannot operate a motor vehicle. And he's like, hey, I'm gonna drive you to the Loonies open mic, right? I go up and I just rant. I just riffed about like. I don't even remember. Like I think I pretended I was like, I'm like, it was like, I think it was when I was working out like my Native American material. Cause I'm a card carrying member of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. And I had all this different stuff about that. And I was like working out and I think I was like about to pretend to do the rain dance. And I was like, gotcha. And then that crushed.
Yeah.
And like just then after that, just kind of like put things together too. Also, how I figured out how I can do Trump is I went to Los Angeles and I kind of hate the city of Los Angeles a little bit. I think I could live there for comedy. Like if I was getting up at the store, I could live in Los Angeles, but I hate the vibe of the city. I hate the pretentiousness. I hate all the hot people just walking around there. And I was there with one of my girlfriends, and she was like, LA's amazing. Like everything here is great. Like, look, there's a sprig market. We sell vegetables. And I'm like, this place sucks. So I just started complaining about things in my Trump voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this place is a shithole. Get out of here. And like just that. And then I never
Just
did Trump before that.
Yeah.
I figured it out. I'm like, that's the emotion. It's like all of my real hatred towards the city of Los Angeles is channeled into whenever I do Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Because it is real. Like I hate the people there. I hate the fact that everyone's attractive and fake, and I hate it. It's not real. It's like performative. And also like gone to a bunch of these comedy festivals. Anyone from LA is gonna bomb most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh,
They're
live in
here's
LA.
a long animated story with almost no punchlines.
Yeah. I'm like, where do I laugh when you go like
And especially you're like, I'm in the middle of Iowa or something in a rural area for this comedy festival, and people are like, what is this? It's like, this isn't like a lot of that stuff you see, it doesn't translate outside of like very
select
big
market.
cities and liberal and like supportive young crowds. I get that though. I've never been to LA, but I used to live in DC.
Yeah.
And same vibe. Like people, everybody was like, what part of the government do you work in? What kind of car do you drive? Super pretentious, super like status driven.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, I am not interested in that at all.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't have a BMW and I don't care if you do.
Yeah, I do care if they have a BMW. I'm trying to get a lady with money. That's what I want.
You trying to get a lady so then you don't have to work?
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm progressive as hell. It's like
yeah, but wouldn't you? Don't you? That's when you lose the edge, man.
No.
When you have everything. Name one comic. Well, you don't have to name a local comic, but there's plenty of local comics and comics just in general that have everything laid out. So there's no reason for them to really grind and push and go travel and go on the road. Do all these things that aren't ideal, but are necessary if you want to like grow as a comedian.
But it's like you could do those things if you have the stability. Like that's the hard thing. It's like freaking Sam Townsend's wife's a doctor.
Yeah. He's one of the rare cases. And also, when did they get married? I feel like he was already in it.
Yeah,
doing
and
it for a while.
In it, yeah.
But yeah, what would you like if you have everything paid for and someone's like, do you want to come open at the Looney Bin on a Thursday? You're going to lose money traveling. The crowd's not going to be fun. It's a clean show. Like,
yeah.
And that's just one of a million stepping stones for you to then get to headline the crappy gigs.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be like, nah, let's stay at home and like watch some HBO, man.
Yeah,
Let's
dude.
order in,
It's
and
like, I
I'll do
wonder
the
how
mics
much-
and shows here.
Yeah, it's like how much would the motivation go away? Because I do think there's like a kind of motivational clock that I have. Like, dude, what was funny? This is an observation. In the finals of the Comedy Works New Faces thing, the two girls that made it to the finals are bisexual or lesbians. I think there is something about being the funniest person is like trying to impress women. I think there is a piece of that. Like, it's like, oh, if I'm the funniest person, there's a shot. Like, that's how I feel, like in my heart. Like when talking to girls, I'm like, if I'm the funniest guy this girl's talk, there's a chance.
Yeah.
It's like what I think in my head.
Yeah, that's all we have. If you're not like super duper hot guy, you're
I'm
like,
trying to
I
get
got to
super
turn them
hot.
somewhere.
I'm gonna get jazzercise. You got a good jaw.
A
Great.
jaw?
Great jaw. Great jaw. Look at these bone
Got a good
structures on this
jaw.
guy face. Great jaw. Yeah, but I need to get a jazzercise, dude.
Yeah, great stash. Dude, I shaved my. I was
you
trying it for a
better
second.
get it back,
Dude,
brother.
it
It's
was so
in.
bad. It
Yeah.
was so bad.
It's a tough look. It's a tough look. Not a lot of men can't pull it off. Caleb can though. Caleb can pull it off.
I can't grow it. It's 8th grade at best.
That's
It's so
tough.
terrible.
Yeah, I
What do
found
you-
out I could.
What were we just talking about? So going on the road,
Going on the road, women, dating and comedy,
no, so traveling when
yeah.
you don't have to.
Yeah, but also the thing is, when you talk about losing money, you need to be able to have money to lose on comedy.
Yeah.
In those cases.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Brandon Schaub.
Mhm.
He's the best case, probably.
Yeah.
You saw he was like, I'm not gonna do the road anymore. Did you see that?
No.
He announced recently, he's like, yeah, I'm just tired. I got kids, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case is. I'm sure there's multiple factors, but at the end of the day, it's like he's very successful in podcasting and some of these other avenues. And when he goes on the road to stink doing stand-up,
That hurts.
that's like losing money for him.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I'll do spots like at the store and stay here at home, but I'm not going to be like touring anymore. It's like, yeah, dude, because you're already set. There's no reason to grind.
Why would you need to?
Yeah.
There's definitely, it's like you got to figure out what your motivation is. And like, honestly, I'm kind of dealing with that now too. It's like, how can I be happy doing comedy on my own without like kind of like doing it for like the extra like relationships or like how can I do it for me instead of like for another thing? Like, am I getting success, joy, and fulfillment out of this?
Yeah.
Like, because I do still love stand up. Like, there's a couple moments like when I've been like really bad and like doing like being in a bad rough spot mentally, and like I just like, oh my god, just show up to the open mic. You don't have to go up. I always go up, and then usually I end up doing okay. And then I'm like, you know what? This is always like there's a beauty in terms of stand up of it always being there, and that even when you're doing bad, like you can still like show up and like stand up's gonna be there. I
Yeah.
do like that.
What if because I feel
Yeah.
the same way as you. What are the things that you try to do or that you're trying
If
to
I feel-
focus on to feel good in that situation, being more alone, doing comedy?
Goodness gracious, that's tough. It's hard. Me and Caleb had a really like long conversation about it yesterday. It's just like you have to be okay with your own company.
Yeah.
And also like when you like this was something that was like crazy when I was hosting for Adam Ray. I'm like it was like the most special weekend of my life. I'm like, oh, this is just another week for him.
Yeah.
Like he has 19 more of these.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Like in like you have to be doing things that are improving yourself and your own mental health. Like you can also, the thing is it doesn't mean don't connect with people. That's the other thing. Like I call my best friend Jordan like almost every day. Like I called him when I was at the gym today, and just like doing stuff like that kind of helps me check in. Like also like I freaking called you out of the blue and we talked for like an hour.
Yeah.
Like it's just like stuff like that. Like it's gonna get isolating and it's gonna get hard, but you got to have people that can kind of help you.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. It's very easy to like just sit in a hotel and not talk to people. It's important to like reach out and to have people that you can
go call FaceTime. Like
chat to.
Freaking when I was supposed for Adam Ray, he was like, hey, how much longer does Georgia have? Because Georgia Comstock was the feature. And I was like, oh, she has like 20 minutes. He's like, okay. And then he was just FaceTiming his wife.
Right.
Does stuff like that. Like you figure out steps.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you're like, okay, who can I reach out to? What are like good relationships that I have? Like I call Evan Joe a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like stuff like that. Like, dude, it's just like stuff like that. Because I'm a very extroverted person,
Mm-hmm.
That stuff charges my battery. Like I feel better. Like because I'm kind of feeling in like this funky space right now, but I have like this big weekend for me at the Denver Improv. It's like a first time hosting up in Denver for a weekend. Like that's pretty cool for me.
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, I kind of feel like shit. What am I going to do to kind of fix that? I'm like, okay, I'm taking my friend Jordan out for breakfast in the morning, for both days. Like, we're just going to go get breakfast in the morning. And then after that, I'm going to go hit the gym.
Is he going up there with you?
No,
he's
working. He lives in Pueblo, my friend Jordan.
Oh, so you're going there.
I'm going
breakfast.
down to Pueblo to go get breakfast with him.
Okay.
And then after that, then I'm going to go hit the gym, go get the sauna, like just take some me time, and then just kind of like chill out for a little bit, and then go do the shows. Because then it's like stuff like that just gets you in the right space.
Yeah. No, the mental health stuff and exercise, that's something that's huge for me.
Exercise huge, yeah.
That, I mean, like I've said before, I feel like I'm a little bit more susceptible to like falling into a bad place because of the Lyme disease stuff, where I just like, if I cheat on the diet or if I'm not staying active, I can get in a dark place a little bit easier maybe. But I've noticed that going on the road for sure, where you're like, it's so easy, especially in the beginning. You go on the road, you're like, this is a fun experience. Let's eat poorly. Let's stay out late. Let's have a fun time.
Make smart choices.
And so now, whether it's on the road or here, it's like, stick to a healthy routine, because at the end of the day, when I'm feeling healthy, and mentally positive and good, everything is better. I'm able to communicate with people better. I'm able to not feel anxiety as much. I'm able to want to communicate with people, versus when I'm not feeling good, it's easier to be like, I'll just stay isolated.
Yeah.
So all it's like, that's the main thing for, obviously you look at like the goal is to get full time and to basically be on the road more times than not.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I have to figure out a way to sustain that and be healthy. I won't be able to sustain. There's certain people like Sam Talent seems like he's out there having a good time.
Yeah.
And he's able to do that. And good for some people can do that. I just know for me, you just have to look at yourself and you're like, what do I have to do to make this work?
Like I was listening to this thing about Jeff Foxworthy talk, just talk about like doing the road. Cause like Ron White would always be like, let's go out to the bar. Let's go hang out. And then Jeff Foxworthy's like, no, I love boobs too much and I don't want to cheat on my wife.
Yeah.
That's literally what Foxworthy said. I'm like, that's fair. And like, you just have to know yourself. Like it's like stuff like that is gonna be tough. Like, and you got to figure out like who you are. Because honestly, that was the other thing is like Matt Rife had a girlfriend. Like, dude, he had like 19, 30, like or 20 girls like all try to like hang out with him after the shows. Yeah, it was insane.
At least, dude.
And then he's just like, oh no, it's just like it's cool. I'm just going back to the hotel. Oh, you're saying
at 3 E's?
No, at 3 E's. Yeah. Like when Matt Rife was there, it was like, oh, no, it's like no, thank you. And then like there was like it was like people were like scheming to try to like trick him. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to have that discipline because he had a girlfriend. And he's like, no, that's not what I want.
Yeah,
which I respect. Like that's really like it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of stuff to be able to know yourself that much.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and it's isolating.
Definitely, man. But definitely like reach out to people. Like have those people you can call and like do other things. Like please, like for the love of Christ, have a life outside of comedy. Like go do
that's super important.
Yeah, do like have like a jiu-jitsu group or like other friends and stuff. Like my close group of friends, like outside comedy, it's all my wrestling buddies from high school. So like if I'm doing bad, like I can call them. Like I was doing pretty bad when I was flying back from I was in middle of nowhere, Paris, Texas at the Tower City Comedy Festival.
That was pretty recent, yeah.
Yeah, it was at like the end of the month, and I was just feeling kind of like off. Just called my friends. I'm like, dude, I'm feeling weird. I just like need to talk for a little bit, and then just like that stuff just recharged my battery and stuff like that. But also there's a certain amount of like you need to be able to be okay on your own too. Yeah, like you can get connection in other places. Is what the kind of like the answer.
Now
is.
I'd say I'm more introverted, and then once I get to know people, very extroverted, which I think is a common thing
with introverts. Yeah.
But when you're like on the road or in a city you don't know people, it's very easy you're like, all right, I'm an introvert. Feel kind of isolated. So being in a routine, whether it's like definitely having exercise in there, but also just on the other stuff.
Exercise and diet. Like, dude, I eat like crap when I get on the road. So it's like I just have to figure out. It's like honestly, what's crazy is like even like headliners that we look up to and respect, they're still dealing with this crap. And it's always hard. It's just there's never like an answer too. It's like it's always tough. It's also like imagine like having to deal with like a wife and kids while you're like have to go do a weekend. Yeah. Like because I was talking to my mechanic yesterday. And he was like, yeah, it's like my 2-year-old hates comedy because that means dad's not going to be able to read me a bedtime story. I'm like, that's hard.
Is he on the road much?
No, but he does like shows at night and stuff. Yeah. And that's when he's going to bed. Even that's hard. Yeah. Even that's hard. Jeff Foxworthy, what he would do is like, because he was doing so well, he would hop on a plane and fly back and then take his kids to school on Monday.
Dude.
Like but the thing is, that's tiring and you need a certain level of.
I mean, the amount of sacrifice you have to do in order to get to that place is pretty
huge.
Wild.
Yeah.
You look at like Bert. Bert, I mean, people talk about it. You can tell Bert is a very selfish person. And nothing against that. There's plenty of comics that are doing the same thing. But he tries to like sell it as like, I'm a good dad. I'm not a huge Bert. If you're watching, you're successful. I respect that. But he's obviously doing a big favor for a lot of comics, and he's doing great.
Yeah.
But he
it's like that clip of Chris Stefano and him talking about their kids.
Yeah. And Chris was like, I need to change my life. And you could tell Bert was like,
I wish I had an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hard.
Yeah. And he's like running full speed to like take advantage of his success, which I don't blame him for, because it's probably gonna come and go. Like he's at the top arena. You can't just stay at arenas for your career. So it's gonna come and go at some point. So he's trying to cash in on that, which I respect. But also,
it's like you're willing to sell 2 years of your life to like give up on that time. Yeah, like one of the things that Chappelle like talked about in his I think it's his Comedy Store special. It's like I think it's in the little room at the Comedy Store. And it's about a very small, intimate crowd. It was pretty much just like I think it was like equanimity and the bird revelation, right? So I think it was the bird revelation.
I remember that.
In that one, that's like for comedians. Like that whole talk was about the industry and show business and what it's like. And the thing is, it's like, when you name your price, you have to stick to it and figure out what are you not willing to give up and what's your non-negotiables.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that don't have any negotiables and they're willing to sacrifice relationships, friendships, everything to try to sell it, to try to get the thing, to try to get success of like being like a traveling headliner, and they're going to burn bridges and they're going to not take care of relationships to try to get success. But that's empty.
Yeah.
And like, even if you make it, and that's like the hard thing. It's like, imagine being a headliner, but you don't have any friends.
Yeah.
That's not worth, like, to me, that's not worth it.
Yeah. Then the whole part about getting in comedy for almost all of us is like, this is fun.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it starts not becoming fun. Look, at the end of the day, we're always going to do some shows where you go, hey, it's a good payday. It wasn't that fun. But for the most part, you want to be having fun. And if you lose that completely, which a lot of people do, we've seen it. It's people who just are not well, probably mentally. They're very bitter. Then it's like, you got to reevaluate or readjust. Like, hey man, maybe if I'm doing, like, we've talked about it probably, where it's like, I could probably do churches and just go full time, right now.
Yeah.
But it's like, that probably wouldn't be fun at all.
I don't know, man. Like, I was like,
you're like, I don't know. That does sound
it's hard.
fun.
It's hard when you look at like when I look at like my bank account, it's like my car got stolen recently.
Oh yeah,
so it sucks, right. And I'm like, man, I could.
Did they not find it?
They never found it. Never found the car.
Insurance covering it?
Nope.
What?
SOL, man. It was because it was liability, didn't get covered.
Oh my god,
it sucks. So huge bummer. And I'm like looking at that, and I'm like, oh, I should just take it. I could just take it, and then. Like, cause it's like I know a lot of people that do really well, and like they like doing churches and stuff, and
nothing against. I'm saying like if you're 30 years in and you're doing churches and that's not fulfilling, for you, for whoever it is, and I'm saying I don't think it would be for me. I did a church. I opened for another comic who's doing a church, and it was. You hungry over there?
Dude, I need to go to the bathroom so bad. I'm not going to lie. I've been fighting God. I'm so sorry. Can we pause for a second? I had to shit for like 30 minutes. Let's talk about window cleaning. This is for those of you in the Colorado Springs area only, by the way. If you're like most of us, the last thing you want to do is spend your spare time on a honeydew that more often than not looks like you cleaned it with a pork chop. Why not just hire a professional from the get-go to get those windows streak-free as your bride had in mind? Check out Bailout Window Cleaning on Facebook for your window cleaning and screen repair needs. I'm back, baby. Dude, that was intense, man.
What'd you eat this morning?
Panda Express.
Dude, come on.
Ooh, got some Panda Express in me. I was not doing well. I was like, oh.
How many times a week are you eating
some Panda Express?
Eating not home cooked meals? How many times a day? Sounds like maybe the better question.
Probably around once a day.
Once a day?
One meal, yeah.
What are your go-to spots?
I got Chick-fil-A, Panda Express,
There we go.
Chipotle, Taco Bell, McDonald's. At McDonald's yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. It feels like I should ask, what are the places that you do not visit?
Oh no, I forgot. Yeah, Dairy Queen. Love Dairy Queen. I might hit the DQs today, dude. Today's Jason's cheat day.
Dude, when I was driving back from the East Coast when I did a run last year, I got DQ.
Ooh.
And that was right around the time that I hit rock bottom with my health.
Yeah, that rock bottom. Freaking staring at that Choco Brownie Extreme.
Dude.
Looking back into your soul.
I was trying to stop and get some food, some actual sustenance.
Oh,
for
God.
the 12 hours I had left on the road. And I was like, you know what? Just give me a large Oreo Blizzard.
Oh, okay. I thought you were eating food at the DQ.
No.
Don't ever
Never had it.
Dairy Queen should not have food.
Never
they
had
shouldn't, it. Like, they shouldn't have it.
Yeah,
It's
I've never
horrible.
had. I've heard people who grew up where I grew up. There's a DQ, and I think it probably had food, but the way that it was presented was kind of presented as ice cream only. I'm pretty sure they had food, but like I just didn't know that was really an option. Yeah. So I always viewed it as an ice cream only place. And now I'll go places where like it's maybe a little more obvious. It's like, hey, you can get the full menu, but I'm like, I don't really go there much. I haven't since June haven't had any sugar.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No sugar.
No
You've
sugar.
never had. You've had ice creams in 6 months.
No ice
I
creams.
put
No
a
ice cream.
gun in my mouth.
No ice cream. No chocolate. No.
That's crazy.
I mean, fruit. The natural sugar.
Oh, well,
but
man, then
Even
like
now-
you feel good.
feeling much better. Yeah. I mean,
Really?
right now, switching over to keto, I'm feeling a little off, but that's to be expected.
Yeah.
But I've generally been feeling good and
Did
excited
you consult
about.
a nutritionist before
No,
you did
dude,
this?
I'm my own. I do my own research.
I do my own research.
No, I got Lyme disease like over 10 years ago and had to go through multiple years of just like struggling to figure out what worked with my body. And just like, I truly had to do my own research with diet, with just everything. Because I was going to so many doctors and they were just like, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. So I just had to like take it into my own hands. So I got a pretty good foundation of like understanding what works with my body, what doesn't, as far as diet and exercise goes. So yeah, I'm kind of a nutritionist without a degree, I guess you could say.
Just trust the science, dude.
I'm just gonna come off like a crazy person.
You will. Like, what's this guy doing?
Like, I was sick and I figured it out.
Yeah, dude. Solve yourself.
Solved it.
That's good, man.
Yeah,
dude. It's weird. I'm trying to figure out like if I need, like, how strict do I have to be with myself? It's like, I think it's like I have to be pretty strict, because if not, I will eat an entire Little Caesars pizza by myself.
Easy. That's my problem. Whether I got sick or not, and like I have to eat carefully because of that. But even if I didn't have that, I have such an addictive personality, as probably you do, as a lot of people do. It's
it's freaking comics, dude. Addictive personalities.
I got in this habit a couple years ago. Yeah. And I did it for the last couple years. And that's part of the downfall of why I had to go strict again. But I was getting every Friday, if I had a show, I'd then finish the show, I'd go to Little Caesars. I go, give me a pepperoni pizza.
Slap that 20 they gave you for doing 10 minutes on the table.
Yeah. And I go, give me that cheesy bread.
Get that crazy. It's not cheesy bread. It's called crazy bread.
No, they have crazy bread and cheesy bread. Yeah. Or is it breadsticks and
I'm not sure why I looked at Caleb. I'm sorry.
Because there's the breadsticks, which I'd get sometimes, but the cheese bread is like
a separate device.
It did. So good. And then I would get the brownie, the cookie dough brownie, or whatever it was called.
Were you ever fat?
What do you think?
No. I don't think you ever.
I told you I was 84 pounds in the 7th grade.
You're just crushing Little Caesars pizzas and a brownie and the crazy bread,
dude,
all by yourself.
Most I ever got, I probably got like a couple pounds over 160 in college. I was bulking.
And you're like, look at me.
Bulking with the protein, not doing as much exercise as I should have been. That's fine. That's every college
guy. Can you pull
guy.
up a picture of that for me?
I wish I had one. Dude, I deleted like all of my, I'm actually upset about it. Almost all of my college photos I deleted because when I broke up with my college girlfriend,
she's in all of them.
She was either in them or she was the person who took the picture. So I deleted everything associated with her.
Respect.
or tagged by her.
That's a pro move.
Yeah, but then I'm like, now that I'm not upset about that relationship 17 years later, I'm like, dang, dude, I don't have any
College
photos.
pictures. Yeah. Where'd you go to school?
Radford University.
Oh, nice.
Southwest Virginia.
Also, I wanted to show you my driver's license photo. It's probably the worst driver's license photo of anybody I've ever seen.
Dude, when was this taken?
This was taken like this month.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks like your head is being vertically smashed.
Yeah, dude, look at this. I'm not sure how to do this, but
it doesn't. I mean, if you get pulled over, they're going to go, that's not you. Yeah, you're going to have to blur out your... You just gave away information that you probably don't want to be public.
If someone wants to steal my identity, go for it. I have $20 and my car got stolen.
Oh, sorry.
I do.
Dude, you look not like... I guess
it's not
there's
like
no
me.
glasses. Do they make you take glasses off?
Yeah, you guys. I hate that I have to take my glasses off. I probably could add that in the joke.
You always had glasses?
Yeah. Well, since I think 7th grade.
Yeah.
So
what happened?
I don't know. Got hit in the head too hard.
Always had bad eyesight.
It was just like I couldn't see the whiteboard.
Yeah.
And they're like, you probably should get glasses. Also, people are. My mom thinks I'm going deaf too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I yell all the time.
I am partially deaf.
I'm very loud. You're partially deaf?
Busted my eardrum.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have a thing or no?
I busted it when I was 19, and it busted so bad. Usually, like if you get a little pinhole bust, it'll heal it on its own. But I busted it so bad it never healed, so they had to do surgery, and they just took like a piece of my skin to just like sew it to just like make sure.
How'd you bust the eardrum? Did you get in a fight?
Diving board.
Oh, that's much less cool.
A little less, yeah. I've been trying to joke about it for a while.
Did you hit like yourself on the diving board, or was it the water?
No, it was the water. I was doing a double flip, which I would just like, you just flip and just stay in a cannonball position and just go. And I just didn't untuck because I mean, you're like barely getting rotation. And I rotated and landed sideways and just popped. And I didn't know. Like I said, I've tried to make this. I think I've got a longer bit that I want to make out of it because I got a bunch of stuff surrounding it. But I busted my eardrum. I didn't know that I busted it. I thought I got a bunch of water stuck in there. And I was on the swim team back then. And like a big thing about like if you got water stuck in there was using a Q-tip with rubbing alcohol to put it in there, which would then dry the water out.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any Q-tips. So what I did is I just like poured some rubbing alcohol in there and it just went straight into my inner ear. And that's the most pain I've ever been in my life. I was working. I was a lifeguard. I was on break when I busted it going off the diving board. I was sitting on the stand.
That's
I
tough.
poured it and then I just fell. I was like 8 feet above the ground. I just fell onto the concrete and started crying. There's people in the pool like swimming looking at me and I was just like crying.
It's like, oh, that guy got broken up with.
Like,
that guy got broken up with before his lifeguarding
he's
shift.
going a little over the top crawling on the concrete, but he doesn't look good.
Yeah, you go pour rubbing alcohol in your ear.
Yeah.
Just make some wildly wrong decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you're in pain, you make that actually could be a very deep statement. Like when you're in pain, you make really bad decisions.
It wasn't as, I mean, it was totally, my body had no control over it. Like I'm surprised I didn't black out. The pain was so bad.
With the rubbing alcohol.
Dude. Straight into your inner ear.
Ugh, that's
like
pretty bad.
It didn't heal. And then the year before that, another joke I'm trying to work on is I went off the diving board and I was doing a flip and I swallowed a bee and it stung me in the throat. I'm trying to do a whole bit about diving boards and why I retired.
How'd you know it was a bee?
Because it stung me in the throat.
Well,
what else stings you? That flies.
Well, did you cough up a bee?
I ate it. Fucking stung me on the way down, dude. Bleep that out. I said a dirty word. Wow. Got a little too comfy on here.
You didn't say a bit dirty word.
I did.
Oh, look at that.
It's all right. I'm cool.
Oh,
I'm
hell yeah. We're edgy. We're edgy. Me and Ben saying the F word.
I got
dude.
too comfy, dude. I got out of my element.
That's how we do it, man.
Going,
I mean, I'm breaking out of your cell. I'm going full Joe Rogies with Elon Musk, dude.
Oh, whoa, dude.
Does Elon
get
He's going to get on here someday.
Yeah,
he will.
Have him on here.
That's what I'll do.
He's going to be a sponsor of your pod.
He was like, "Hey, this podcast is brought to you by the cobalt mines of."
Just stutter through a Tesla ad. This is
fucking
speedster.
I hardly know her. Come on. We got new cars.
You big diving board guy?
Dude, big cannonball, brother.
Big cannonball?
Dude, I'm a fun guy at the pool.
Yeah?
I would say that I'm like one of the number one people you want at a pool with you.
Yeah?
I would argue that. I'm
dude, you're
big pool
for
man.
sure the person going off the diving board and yelling out cannonball.
Oh, dude.
100%.
I'd be yelling out like, I'm good as shit, and then like cannonball, and then like do stuff like that, dude. Just be like,
you're doing a cannonball
diarrhea
into the kiddie pool,
just doing cannonball,
just doing bits for the young children.
Oh, dude,
you've already pissed in here. I'm gonna poop.
I'm gonna walk this pool, dude. You ever walk a pool before?
Walk a pool? I don't know. I worked for as a lifeguard for like 6 years. I don't know.
No poops.
There might have been one or two, but I don't know if there was ever any like. Like the movie where there's like a turd on the bottom, you got to drain it. It's just like a kid who has like diarrhea and it comes out of the diaper and the mom's like, oh, I think a little came out. And you got to shock the pool and shut it down, which actually as a lifeguard, you're like, good.
You're like, well, I don't have to work.
A lifeguard, there's nothing a lifeguard loves more than a thunderstorm.
Oh, for sure.
Because you got to wait 20 minutes. You hear thunder. It's like the clouds aren't even
like,
over. You're like, get out of the pool.
You're like, I got to go vape in the locker room.
Yeah. I gotta go text this girl that doesn't text me back.
I love you so much.
Yeah.
I love you so much. Hey, I'm on a lightning delay. Do you want to like hang out?
I lifeguarded so long ago, I didn't have text.
That's crazy.
Just had a flip phone that, I
might go back to flip phone. I'm not going to lie to you,
dude,
brother.
honestly, yeah.
I waste so much time
too.
on social media. It's so bad. I'm like,
I delete Instagram
every day.
No, all the time.
Yeah.
Like I have it currently. It stinks because like hosting don't tell shows, the messages go through Instagram. So if I'm like, I kind of like will have it downloaded in case like somebody's like I'm running late or whatever. I kind of need to know. But if other than that, I get rid of it, and then I'll upload it. Like if I have to post a clip or whatever, I'll upload it. I'll do all this stuff, and then I'll uninstall it.
Yeah. It's so tough because it's addictive personality. I'm just like social media.
Well, it's not even addictive personality. Everybody, it's built to suck us in.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It does.
You see that new the Apple Vision?
I want those,
dude.
I want it, dude.
Dude, that's not good.
I watched that video of that guy drinking and driving while using it. I'm like, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good video. Can you pull it up, Caleb?
He was drinking and driving?
You don't have to. I always feel rude asking. You're doing a really good job.
He was actually drinking and driving?
Yeah. It was like a video of him like chugging a Budweiser while he has the thing on. It's like, this is what America should be. It was a meme.
Do you ever watch those videos of people doing salvia? Trying to do activities on salvia?
What's that? Is that like
yeah, you're probably 10 years old. That was when I was in college, so 2008.
Is that like it like makes you trip super hard?
Dude, it's DMT. It is DMT light is what it is.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait. I can't wait till I get to be on a date with a girl and then I get the Apple Vision Pro and then there's just a Subway Surfer video playing on the side while I listen to her complain. I can't wait.
Dude,
it's going to be so good.
Dates with that is going to be hysterical.
Huh.
Literally, you just like you're going to be able to go on dates where you're not even together. You just like virtually are meeting in rooms and you're like, "Let me hold your hand."
And then you hold your your robot.
You like reach out for the hug.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna go full her. Her's happening. It's gonna. Have you watch Her?
I did. I forget.
And by the way, it's not like we're watching a person. There's a movie called Her that we're speaking of. We're not stalking people.
Joaquin Phoenix, one of my favorite actors.
It's a very good movie.
Did you ever watch Lars and the Real Girl?
What's that?
Ryan Gosling. He's like in love with a doll. Actually, pretty good. Sounds very dumb. Very good. It's he's like in a very sad place. I think his wife might have died. And then he falls in love.
You're selling me on this movie.
He's like coping. Yeah. His way of coping with it is...
It is a massive, I think, red flag when like...
somebody dates a doll? Yeah, I would say so.
No, I was going to say like when someone likes a movie that makes them sad.
Pretty believable. Look at her, dude. He brings her to dinner with his... he's like living in the guest house, I think, of his sister. And her husband.
Me and him have the same mustache.
Dude.
She's kind of hot.
She's not bad, dude. This is about 10 years ago, too. This was before doll technology really took off. Would you be into that kind of stuff?
No.
Getting a sex doll? That's too. But people that are into
Yeah,
that,
I
it's
hate
like
how much I look like Ryan Gosling in that. That is me, dude. Look at that.
I love how you're like, that is me.
That is me. That sucks.
That mustache is you.
That's tough.
I guess you got similar color hair. His face is a little.
Yeah, I'm just
different.
stronger.
You're just a little buffer.
A little buff.
Yeah, that was a good movie though.
Yeah. Is it funny or is it sad?
It's like a drama. It's a serious movie. There's like, dry humor in it.
I hate people that like that.
I'm fiddling with this too much. I apologize.
No, you're good, dude. Don't worry about it, man. It's cool.
That's what you feel like a pro podcaster when you're like, let me
talk about this. I feel like I do it like as soon as we put this curtain behind me, I'm like, I'm literally Joe Rogan. It's like what I thought. I'm like, this is what it
Have
feels
you
like.
ordered the American flag in a wooden thing? Little neon.
Shut the up, dude. I was looking at stuff like that.
You
hit the nail on the head for what I was
dude.
I was gonna put like some cowboy stuff, like probably like up there or something.
Did you, before I came down, you said you were gonna snort some Alpha Brain. Have you taken Alpha Brain?
I took Alpha Brain before this podcast.
How long have you taken it?
I take it like I try to take it on days where I have to like do stuff like that requires my brain.
Do you notice a difference?
Yeah, I do.
What do you feel?
Just genuinely just like more locked in. I don't know. That's the douchiest answer. I do feel more focused. It does help me.
Have you ever done Adderall?
No, I probably should.
If
anyone in the world should be on Adderall, it is me.
Yeah.
I have really, really, really bad ADHD. It's very bad.
Yeah.
Like I just like cannot get shit done when I have to. It's really bad. Like it has cost me jobs. Like I can't show up on time ever. It's so hard. Like
so the Alpha Brain.
Alpha Brain has.
Do you
helped.
take it before comedy? Do you feel like that's
I do sometimes? I'm gonna take it like this weekend, like before like important sets, before open mic.
Have you ever taken it and been like, didn't feel the?
Not really. It does help. I would say, for at least for me in my process. Like,
yeah.
It might not be for everybody.
How much is it?
It's like for a month, it costs about like $30, I think.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's like about a month's worth.
I've been doing Athletic Greens, and that's about $3 a day, $3 a scoop. That's not bad, dude. You know how much food costs now? I was looking at my grocery bill.
Yeah.
I went
so expensive.
In the last week, I've gone to Whole Foods twice.
Your Whole Foods? Goodness gracious. Ladies freaking hit his line, dude. That's crazy money.
I'm burning all my savings. No, because I'm eating so healthy.
Yeah.
That's just like and that's the closest grocery store to my house. But
yeah. I spent $100 on just drinks.
I spent $350 in a week span. So two times going. But dude, getting like, I love salmon. Salmon's expensive. I usually don't get it. I've been getting that as a protein source that has fats. Very expensive. Been getting, the healthy meats. Avocados are expensive. Getting a lot of healthy cheese. Like all this stuff. I'm like, dude, this is
like a week's worth of food.
Yeah. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah. The price of food's insane. Like you like can't go to a grocery store now and spend like under $100. It's really hard.
Where do you go?
I go to Safeway, Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree?
Yeah, dude. I still grocery shop at the Dollar Tree.
Snacks. You don't do meat there, do you?
I've done some Dollar Tree meat before. That might be what this is. My belly is going on right now. Those Dollar Tree meats.
Yeah.
Got that pulled
Dollar
pork.
Tree Panda Express.
Dollar Tree Panda Express is not going to do good things to your tum-tum.
They're buying their meat from Dollar Tree.
Definitely.
That's their source.
Their source. Dude, as soon as I have like a whole like chunk on the Dollar Tree about like just the food there. I'm like, dude, it is like so bad. Like literally there's I get cereal at the Dollar Tree and there's this warning label on it. It's like warning may cause cancer according to the state of California. And I like buy the cereal.
They're like, the other states say no, but California
does believe that this causes cancer.
California does believe in cancer.
It does.
California
is a cancer. I would like to say
what's
that.
Your yeah, California.
Clip it. Let's go.
I've never been. I've never been. Not super interested in like I said, LA. San Diego seems
San Diego's actually pretty
okay.
sweet. I dig San Diego.
San Fran.
Bad.
My brother just went there for a marathon, and he went with his wife, and their car got broken into. They stole their stuff.
That's tough.
And then it rained, and the marathon got canceled. So they went out there and did nothing. They just got a car broken into. Stuff stolen.
Well, it's a good trip. Also, that is going to tell you if you have a good lady or not. Is like when something like that happens. It's like how they handle that is going to tell you.
Yeah, they've been married a while. They've been together for 10 years.
No car getting broken into is going to mess with that.
Oh, no. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, my car got stolen.
Yeah, what'd your girl say about that?
Nothing. No girl said anything about that.
No
dude.
girl?
No girls.
Did you tell any girls?
I did.
What, so
They didn't care. It's like, that seems like a you problem. Like, fuck.
You go, this is going to get them sympathy. I lost my car. Can you come pick me up? Nah.
Nah, I got things. Jordan, I need you, man. Like, dude.
Nothing worse when you like legitimately need help and you're like asking for a favor and they're like, sorry.
They're like, no. Or not even a sorry. It's like, man, tough shit.
Yeah, I can't.
No. And they're like, well, why can't you? It's like, well, I don't want to. And then when you get that answer.
Oh, dude, I don't want to. It's not because I can't. It's like, I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to do this.
That's, what's the worst rejection you've ever had?
Well, I tried to hold the girl's hand.
Ooh.
Got that.
What, middle school? What are we talking?
No, high school. Like I went like, and she went.
That's not that bad.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, you never had like a
I've never
you asking someone out or you like swinging and missing where you're like trying to spit some game and they're like, ew, gross.
No, I haven't got. I did. Oh, this one's pretty bad. I was like eyeing like asking this girl at the prom. I was like, I don't know if she has someone or if she'd be okay with someone asking her, right? So I had my buddy who was friends with her be like, hey, you should like just bring it up. Be like, hey, would you be open to someone asking you to prom? And she's like, oh my gosh, yes, that would be so great. I've been like waiting for someone to ask me. And then my friend Justin texts me. He's like, hey, buddy, you're in. I'm like, okay. And then she texts my friend Justin back. She's like, wait a minute, is it Jason? And then he's like, maybe. And she's like, literally anybody but him.
Yeah, you can. Nope, no take backs. You already said.
I'm like, just go. Yeah. Then I asked out her best friend. And then we dated for a bit. It was pretty sick. That's a baller move.
You have good prom experiences? I got
pretty great prom experiences, I would say.
Very bad prom experiences for mine.
Oh, what happened?
I had my 11th grade year. So you're only eligible 11th and 12th grade year. I think is it across the board?
That's not true. I asked out a junior my freshman year.
Oh, well then you really, dang.
I didn't have
that
camera.
That's what they had the Sadie Hawkins dance for.
Yeah.
But no, in 10th grade, they had what was called the ring dance, which is like the 10th grade version of prom. And I think, I forgot about this. I asked a girl out there. She immediately went and danced with other people. Mm-hmm. So I stood alone.
Nothing worse than
that one. Dude,
you're going.
Stood alone with fellow classmate Kim Quay. We were the two.
Should have started making out.
Oh, dude. Kim Quay, she was an odd one. But
I like those. Those are good. Those girls usually glow up. The weird ones in high school.
Yeah.
They can get very attractive. A lot of the weird girls from my high school have OnlyFans now.
Wow.
Good for them.
I don't know any people that I grew up with. I haven't looked into it, but
you should give it a goog. It's fun. It's a fun
time. All the girls that I'm 35.
That's true. That's not
like 6 kids right now. Trying to start an OnlyFans.
It's like, when I'm ready to settle down.
Yeah. But so 11th grade, I asked a girl out on the swim team. She said yes. And then she sent me an email later and goes, my dad won't let me go. And so didn't go. And this is in 2005. It's funny being like, she sent me an email. I didn't even realize I had an email at that time.
She just found it.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't remember giving out my email. Anyways, she did that. My senior year.
Yeah.
Going back to Mariana, the Costa Rican. I was talking to her at that point, and then so it was very beginning. We hadn't done anything; it was just very initial, like hanging out. And then this other girl I used to have a crush on sent me an email. Why am I getting these emails?
Getting these crazy.
She goes, "Hey, I'm not. If you want somebody to go with prom with, I'd love to go with you."
Aww.
And I was like, "Oh man, I used to have a crush on. Okay, I'm gonna go with her." So I asked her, and then Mariana, who through the grapevine apparently had already gotten a prom dress because she thought I was going to ask her, which if she did, I feel a little bad about that.
Dude, it's a player. Holy crap.
No, Ben's
a dog. Does this end?
Does it end?
Does it end poorly?
It ends poorly, yeah. Then immediately after that, she started dating my friend. And that was bad.
Respect.
That was a whole mess. But then
that's a player move by her.
Then the girl that I went to prom with started dating somebody else before prom started. So she had said she'd go with me. And that's like a couple months in advance. And then she starts dating this other dude. So same deal as the ring dance. We go, I pay for, dinner, all this stuff. And then she just goes and hangs out with her boyfriend. And I'm there all alone. And I'm like, dude. And then you go to after prom and she's hanging out with her boyfriend. I'm walking around like a loser. Everybody's coupled up. And I'm just like trying to latch on like a child. Yeah. And then I just left.
I respect that.
You can only
those after proms, man.
You can only solo it for so
everyone
long.
At the after prom for one of mine. We all went to this girl's house and we all watched Jumanji.
Oh wow,
watched Jumanji, and they kept talking about getting the jewel, and like it was talking about like I was thinking about vaping.
Yeah,
and I was like everyone, all like the girls were all asleep. My date fell asleep, mouth open on my shoulder. I'm like, we're big pimping, dude. And like this rules. I'm like, this is sick. And then like I'm just laughing at this movie because it's just Kevin Hart being like, we need to secure the jewel. And I'm like, he's one trying to get a vape,
dude. It is so funny hearing you. So referencing Jumanji and Jewel, when I was at prom, jewels were not a thing. And also Jumanji was Robin Williams.
Yeah.
It's not the new Rock. I haven't even seen that one.
Dude, it's honestly pretty good. It's a fun movie, honestly.
Yeah, the first one was good.
Dude, the first one was freaking amazing. Robin Williams is the best. I just recently rewatched Good Will Hunting.
Never seen that. I need to watch it. Never seen the whole thing.
You gotta watch Good Will Hunting, man. You gotta. It's a classic.
It's rated R, right?
Yeah.
And I never...
It's
any
like,
R-rated movie before 2006, there's a good chance I didn't see it.
So good.
And haven't gone back.
So good, dude. I believe it's one of the most like beautiful movies ever made.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, a lot of people
I love it. It's just like the scene. Can you pull up the scene of Robin Williams talking to Matt Damon about love? Oh my goodness, dude. I think about this when I
want to see
think
the scene
about
where
love.
he solves the problem on the whiteboard, dude.
Oh,
Blackboard.
dude.
They didn't have whiteboards back then, did they? Back in the 90s? Did you grow up with whiteboards or blackboards?
Oh, it's not Jumanji. It's Good Will Hunting. Yeah, perfect. No, not that one. It's like the bench scene. Robin Williams bench scene. Yeah, that one. Boom. Robin Williams speech 501. That one. The one down. That one. I've been there.
So what's the setup?
Matt Damon's a smart ass. That's it.
And he's talking about, do you play the whole video section in the pod?
Oh. Sorry, yes. Yeah, no, this is just like, it's such like a emotionally like powerful scene because it talks about like you can have all of the information like you because the point of the movie is Matt Damon's like a genius. Matt Damon's like, oh, I'm wicked smart, bruv, or whatever. And
he's British, bruv.
Oi, say, I'm from Boston, mate. Oi, love. Yeah, so the point of the movie is like that Matt Damon's like a really smart guy, and then but the thing is like you can have all the information in the world, but if you don't feel the emotions of different things, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like it's like you can have all like you can't go through life and like you can have like the blueprint of like how to like do things, right?
Yeah,
but it's about actually living the experiences and trying to do the things.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful scene, and like freaking Robin Williams, I believe won. Can you see if Robin Williams won an Oscar for that? I believe he did. But it's like it's so great because it's like a lot of the times, at least for me in my life, it's really tough because I feel like I mess things up like all the time. Like I like pretty much like Callan Reese has a very funny thing. He says he's like the only way you become a comedian is you get fired from every job you ever had, which I think is very funny.
Yeah.
Like. You mess things up all the time, but the thing is, you just learn a little bit every time.
Oh yeah,
I think he won. Yeah, won Best Supporting Actor for Good Will. Yeah,
yeah, that's true. I mean, honestly, I was very sheltered growing up, and lived in my hometown until I was 25. Went to college like an hour and a half away, small area, and then I moved to like little stepping stones to like grow as a person and like expand my understanding of things. I moved to the DC area, and then I lived abroad for a year, and that was a huge, because up to that point, you just read or you hear things, or maybe the propaganda or whatever you hear, whatever side of the news or whatever, you're just like, oh, this is bad, it's unsafe, you can't do this, and then you go down there and you're like, people are people, dude. They just want to like hang with friends, they spend time with family, they're trying to like make it by,
Yeah.
pay for food and put that on the table.
Mhm.
And then they're also just like super loving, caring people. You're like, oh,
Yeah, it's like definitely. It's like one of my most life changing experiences I did like right as soon as I started comedy. I think it was like right after COVID in like 2021. I went on this big road trip with my best buddy Sai. And he's an Indian guy, and how we stayed places is they had this big network of different people that were all Indian. And we would just stay at these different people's houses that he knew through like this network of different people through his religion. It was like a certain sect of Hinduism.
yeah.
And I got to sit and talk with these people. It was just such an eye-opening experience. It's also very funny at times. My friend Sai, like we sat down and had dinner with one of his close family friends. And the thing was like, my friend Sai's like, hey, you have to eat everything on the plate. It's very, very important. Right. And I'm like, okay. So I'm eating it and I'm like, this is really hot because I ate the peppers. Like they put peppers in it that you're not supposed to eat. They didn't tell me that.
You messed
ate
up.
all those. And I'm like, this is really hot. And they're like, what are you talking about? Because they made it mild for me. They were being considerate.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I was just dying.
Dude.
I was like sweating. I almost like threw up.
That is in most cultures outside of the U.S. and probably, I mean, it's somewhat in the U.S. as well, but it's like very rude to not eat food that's offered to you. And I experienced that. I was dating a girl in Nicaragua, and we visited.
You have quite the resume
for what? Dating?
Just life, man. That's very interesting. It's very cool.
Yeah, it was a very fun experience. Yeah, super fun and just eye opening. But I had to go to Costa Rica. We went to Costa Rica together, and she had her dad lives there. Yeah, and she had some friends in the area, and we stayed one night with them, and they were super nice. I mean, it was a full family. So like in the culture there, in a lot of other places, people don't live outside of their home until they're married, and a lot of times when people are married, they still live at home with their parents. Yeah. So that was the case here. It was the two parents, and then the son who was probably about my age. Yeah. A daughter who was married, who lived with, her husband there. Yeah. And then like two other daughters. And so I say that they're serving me all this food in my stomach. I mean, I just mentioned all the restrictions I have. I'm like eating all this food, and my stomach is like not liking it. Yeah. And so I'm sleeping in the little, so they have like a house and then kind of a little second section of the house where the married couple lives. And I was sleeping in there. Yeah. And they have one bathroom. There's no fan. There's no separation. It's literally like if the bathroom's just like 4 feet here. Yeah. And it's like my girlfriend and then the married couple. And dude, it's one of those where your stomach's messed up and you're like, there's going to be some noises.
Yeah. That's what I just experienced. Yeah. That's why I went upstairs.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't hear it. Distance solves all problems when you're talking about stomach issues. And I couldn't. Yeah, it's an equation. D equals
MC shit my pants.
Square. D equals diarrhea and distance in this equation. But yeah, I basically like just couldn't do anything. And the next morning they're like, "Were you in the bathroom? I heard you." And I was like, "Oh God." Also, it's all in Spanish too, so I'm just like kind of understanding what's going on.
Like,
and I'm like, "Lo siento, mi estómago, no bueno." Dude. Talk about embarrassing situations where it's like when I met my girlfriend's dad, he didn't speak English. He was like drunk, and he was like coming at me, and I was like, I don't know what you're saying, but it was very formal. Like I would always use. Are you familiar with Spanish at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
So for you, when you say you, there's two forms. There's the tu and the usted, which the tu is the informal, the usted is formal. Yeah. But they have different conjugations. So like as somebody who's just learning it, you usually just like learn one. You learn the tu version because you're just like, I can't learn everything. It's a lot to take in. Yeah. So it wasn't until that moment that I'm speaking to him or listening to him that I hear my girlfriend talking to her dad in usted that I was like, I realized the importance. I was like, I have to use usted. And then he's talking to me.
You're getting hooked on phonics.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. He's like asking me, he's like, what are your intentions with my daughter? And I'm just like, bueno, me gusta tu hija.
What does that mean?
Daughter. Like, just like, I had no idea what to say. You're just like trying to
Just
say
say amor. Dude.
formal answer. Dude.
Say, dude, that's all I would do.
I made that mistake one time. I was dating a Peruvian girl, and I said "te quiero," which means "I want you," which is the direct translation. But what I didn't know is in the Spanish language, it also is a way to say "I love you." So we were like, hanging out. I was like, "Te quiero," and she was like, and I was like, "Ooh, she liked that one." And
She did not like it.
what?
Did she not like it?
She liked it because she
Ooh.
thought I was saying "I love you."
Oh.
And I was like, I don't love you.
Dude, if you're ever writing a TV show, that's a hilarious scene.
Dude, I didn't know. It was like it was in the moment. We're like kissing, and so I'm just like, I want you. But
Yeah, dude, you can't bust out and "I love you" when you're making out. I've
Well,
done that.
I-
That. I've made that mistake every time. I won't say every time. I kind of gotten better.
every
but
time you say I love you,
almost every
first
time,
kiss,
it's usually after we've made out.
dude, that's so lame. How many times have you done that?
Probably 5.
And 0 times you actually meant it? Or did you actually, you're like, I'm in love?
I felt it in that
You
moment.
felt it.
I felt love.
You felt a boner. You did not feel, that's not love, dude. That's
like,
horned up JJ.
Yeah, that is true. That is. It's like that usually like I've said I love you first in any relationship I've ever been in. I'm always the sweet boy. I'm always
said
the sweet boy, and then it's like the girl's kind of cold, and then they warm up to me. That's the thing. Is I usually have to get them. I always break the "I love you" first.
I said it once on purpose, once on accident with the "te quiero."
Yeah.
That was
that's good. That's a cool guy move. I just don't think I'm that cool of a guy. I don't think I
accidentally say I love you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's the worst.
No, the
dude.
fact that you didn't tell it to the other people, the fact that you have the confidence to not say I love you to every girl.
Yeah, no, I want it to mean something.
Yeah, with all my male friendships, I'm always the first one to say I love you.
Oh yeah,
always. And like I was talking to my mom about that. She's like, "That's a beautiful thing." Like to be like the guy friend. Like, dude, I love you, Ben. Like, I really appreciate you. You're a really good friend. Like, you're a good dude. Like, I really enjoy being around you. I think you're very, very awesome, very funny comic, and also a good guy.
Thank you.
Like,
I think the same thing. Honestly, that's a new thing. I feel like in the last 10 years, that dudes just being like, "I love you, dude," is like,
man,
like a normal thing.
I'd show like if you were like, "I'm in a pickle," I'd show up.
Nice,
I want you to know that.
I appreciate.
If you're like, "Hey, man, I'm doing bad," I'd be like, "Dude, I'm there. I'm coming with freaking steaks or whatever." You know,
be like, you hit me with a little "te quiero."
I hate you with that "te quiero," brother. I "te quiero," Ben.
But for real, not the fake.
Dude, I'm so bad at Spanish. I took 4 years of high school Spanish, and I cannot tell you a word of Spanish. Yeah. All I know is "mi permite ir al baño."
What?
Yeah. Do you permit me to use the restroom?
Maybe.
That's because I had to ask in
Such a
Spanish.
gringo accent. I was like, "Excuse me."
You can't say gringo.
Me permito el baño.
Mi permite ir al baño.
Yeah,
I think I said it better that time.
That's a very formal. That's a formal thing that isn't used much in the wild.
Do
you permit me to use the restroom? Usually you go, "Where's their bathroom?" Where is it?
That's useless to me in the wild. Like, I'd be really good at asking people to use the restroom in Spanish.
Yeah.
If I ever go to Mexico, that's all I'm good at. Which honestly would be like the most valuable thing.
Yeah.
Dude,
sorry. I got these.
Look at you.
I got
you're trying to figure out a way to get out of here?
No. I can't. Dude, I have so many alarms set for everything.
What's that alarm for?
Honestly, I don't know.
You're like, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I had the one that went off like 30 minutes ago. I have to make I think one's for taxes. I just have it like every Saturday and Sunday, and for the last 2 months, I've just like, no, I'll do it later.
Dude, you're the widest guest we've ever had on this podcast. It's like, you have a tax alarm?
Have you done taxes yet? No. Dude, last year I did them like last minute in April. Once starting to do comedy, because I have an LLC.
Yeah.
And then just with like all the comedy money and producing and expenses. And then I have a rental property in Virginia It's just like a mess. It's not just like throw my W-2 in and then
It's like a whole thing. Like, do you have to meet with a tax person?
I should. I don't. I just put stuff in to TurboTax and I go, I hope the IRS doesn't come for me.
Don't come. Dude, I'm scared. I'm scared of the IRS, but I don't make that much money, so I know there's not a whole lot to worry about, which is good. There's a blessing in that.
Honestly, they probably owe me a bunch of money because I have that rental property. I used to live in a townhouse. Like where I say that, and people I think like, whoa, I bought a townhouse for $100,000.
That's still pretty good.
I have a lot left to pay off. It's not. It's something that I'm paying off.
Yeah.
I didn't give cash, but I was making like $30,000 a year at that point, and that qualified me to buy a house in Lynchburg, Virginia. But here, I mean, you got to make $100,000 to buy like a bad
house. Yeah, like pretty much anything in Colorado Springs, you're gonna pay probably over $300K.
Well, that's not even that. I mean, that's more than I can afford.
Yeah,
certainly,
me too.
But Denver,
nuts,
dude. You get like a 600 square foot condo for $500,000. That's in like not a good area.
Yeah, in the Broadway street, dude.
In the Colfax section,
right next to an illegal Pete's. You know it's a bad area when there's freaking illegal Pete's.
Dude,
I love illegal Pete's.
Illegal
though.
Pete's great.
It's so good.
I used to get those fish tacos all the time. That little sauce they had. You ever had that?
Man, I don't like fish, dude.
Dude,
I think that's where our builds differ. You're a fish man.
I'm a fish guy.
Not a fish man.
I don't do a lot of.
You've been doing fish now.
I'm doing fish now. I do love fish, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's usually not my diet.
Yeah,
shrimp, dude. I'll eat shrimp all day.
Yeah.
I'll eat 100 shrimp. But shrimp's so expensive, I'm never buying it. It's always at like some wedding where you just like stand by it. And
it was
like
very fun. I went to this comedy festival and they had like steak on like a skewer.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just walking around. It was like a networking party. And I'm like, I gave the guy $5. I'm like, whenever you see me, I want you to just come to me. Just like if I look at you, just bring the tray over. Is what I gave him $5 and he's like, I'll hook you up. I just kept eating. I ate like at least, I think probably 35 skewers of steak.
Dude, how many ounces do you think that is?
Bro, at least, it was a lot. Like, dude, it was in Vegas. I was at the Laugh After Dark Comedy Festival and I ate one and I'm like, what is it? What? That's not a chicken tender. And it was catfish. It was fried catfish. I'm like,
you didn't like it?
I said, get away from me. I said, don't look at me.
Really?
Like, get out of here.
Didn't like it? Fried catfish?
Hate it.
Catfish are great, dude.
Can't do it.
Haven't had. That's a big coming from like Virginia.
Yeah.
That's like by the ocean there, the rivers and stuff. That's a pretty common dish.
Yeah, dude.
As you go to the beach, like every time I go to the beach, that's like on the menu. Fried catfish.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. I can't eat fried food though.
Now you're on that. Now you're
carbs.
on that. Get those carbs away from you. You're trying to get ripped.
I'm scared that I'm gonna be like
a frail boy.
Too thin.
Yeah.
I'm already thin, and I'm like,
you're a pretty thin guy. Like it's like I'm trying to get. If I lose like 10 pounds, I'm good. Like that's kind of like all I need. Because like I'm a more built guy. Like I'm more like thick.
Yeah.
Like I think it look like
just how it's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be a small man.
Do you have a scale here?
I think in my bathroom.
I'll have to hop on.
Go hop on.
I haven't been on a scale, dude. I'm scared to hear like.
You're scared for the result,
dude. When I had Lyme disease and was going through all sorts of diets and being sick, I fell to 129 pounds. And I remember I buzzed my head during that time frame. And I swear to God, I look like an alien.
You look like a Holocaust survivor,
dude,
brother.
I took a picture and I was like, I look like an extraterrestrial.
You with glasses on, weighing 129 pounds.
Dude, it was.
How much do you weigh right now? Probably like what? Like 150?
I usually float around 150,
yeah.
But honestly, I'm scared. I feel like I'm probably closer to 140 with this diet.
That's crazy. Like I could bench press you like probably 20 times.
Yeah, you bench press me plus me once.
Yeah, dude.
280.
That's true. I could do a bent on each side. That's crazy.
I think I maxed out about 140. That was about my career high about 3 years ago.
Dude, it's like I just got the chest.
Yeah.
Big old chest. Got some good tries. That's pretty much it. It's like it was very funny. It's like I was making out with this lady one time.
Yeah.
And don't say it like that. Don't say like that.
Yeah. Tell me more.
And like she like felt my arm and like flexed really hard. She's like, "Why are you flexing?" I was like, Shut up is what I said. It crushed. It did crush. It did.
Did you tell her you loved her?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Shut up.
What is the reaction? What is the reaction?
Fuck out of you, Ben.
What is the reaction?
Over this table.
What is the reaction when you kiss somebody and you say I love you? Are they like, excuse me? Like, I'm assuming if you're kissing them and it's their first kiss, you're no more than a couple weeks into knowing this person. If maybe like a week.
No, because this person was like a friend, and I said the friend I love you a bunch of times. And then I thought you could still do that when you're kind of doing the more than that. It's complicated.
Wait, so it was somebody that you had told I love you
as
before as a friend?
Yeah.
So you were trying to kind of implement it
there, and that's too fast, and it's bad call by JJAlexander. Very bad call by me.
Ooh,
bad.
Was
move.
this recent?
Yeah, very recent.
Oh,
yeah, it's tough, dude.
Oh,
yeah, it's tough, man.
Oh, dude.
Oh, bro, it's hard.
ILU, dude. I said it. The only time I said it with a girlfriend, I think I was 7 or 8 months.
Yeah, I gotta just learn to be a cool guy and not give a shit. That's pretty much it.
Well,
it's because I do feel it. I feel it in my heart.
Well,
it's like when love it love's a feeling. It's what my definition of love is that am I willing to put this person's needs above my wants? That's
sounds
my
like your definition of love is will they kiss me?
Yeah, dude.
If their lips touch my lips, then that is love. No,
That's true.
I'm
Apparently, I love Thad B. That's a podcast clip from 2 episodes ago.
Yeah,
2 or 3 episodes.
You guys
ago.
kissing? Is that
no,
the,
dude?
the next segment?
We smooched on accident at the freaking Comedy Works, dude. We would do this bit where he'd lean in and pretend to kiss me all the time,
and
like
he went all
Thad
in?
would. And then I was doing to pretend it, and he went and did it. And I was like, "Oh, what the shit, dude? What the hell?" And then he just went up at Comedy Works and murdered.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's very funny.
Oh, that's so funny. Dude, if you genuinely feel it, that's fine. I know people.
What is it?
We probably all know people.
Yeah.
I knew this one guy in college where he would just go, yeah, dude, you just tell her I love you to make her think it, so you can progress in the steps of activities that we're doing. That was a clean.
Yeah, I
brought it back clean.
It's
in a
hard. It's
very weird way.
hard. Yeah, very good job.
The activities that.
It's so
kids
tough. It's so tough to navigate because it's like I don't know like when the right. It's like there's not a right time. It's like because literally the only reason I would not say I love you is just because of the societal pressures of it.
Yeah.
It's like I look at I love you the same way. Like now, it's like people look at like hooking up. It's like it's like that's more
What'd
important.
you say? Hooking up?
Hooking up. Yeah. It's the same way.
I was like, are we going back in Spanish? What are you talking
about?
Wow, you just did Chinese there. That was the worst attempt at Spanish. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Dude, I'm Joe Biden in Spanish. Just
putting
it on. Clip it.
What's your move?
Oh,
with before kissing, what's your how do you approach that?
I have a bet about this.
Yeah.
My move is you hug and linger around.
Ew,
that's
dude.
the only move What's yours? Give me the answer.
That's so uncomfy.
What the hell do I do?
That's so uncomfy. I first off, I'll admit I'm not good at it, but the thing if it's meant to be, they will look at you and you'll connect eyes and you'll kind of know.
Crap.
Because dude, hugging and then just lingering. Because if you get denied a kiss, which I think one time I got denied a kiss.
I
think one time I got denied a kiss, and I actually didn't lean in for it. I asked her. I said, "Can I kiss you?" And she goes, "Ew, what? Ew." And I was like, it was pretty insane for her to, because she was literally napping on my lap. We had been hanging out for a while, watching a movie, and I was like,
"Oh, what? The napping on the lap?"
And then and the only reason I asked was because she was napping on my lap, and the way I can't stretch my neck and come around.
You freaking Mr. Fantastic, that wonderful woman.
Yeah. And it was so corny. We were watching a movie where they were talking about fate, and she had told me before, she's like, "I'm a big believer in fate." And I was like, "Would it be fate if I tried to kiss you right now?" Boy, I said, "Oh, that hurts to say out loud publicly." This is a long time ago. Okay. And she
It was last Thursday.
It was a couple weeks ago. But she literally was like, "Oh, ew, oh, I can't believe you ruined the moment." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She was a weird chick, very strange. But yeah, if you lock eyes, because you can tell, like, if you're kind of in that vibing stage, and they think like maybe a kiss is coming, but they don't want the kiss, they won't like allow the eye contact. They'll kind of like shy away. But dude, you're hugging. What do you? First off, if you're hugging, are you hugging like this so you're still face to face, or are you hugging in there and then just like slipping your neck around? What does that even look like?
Get over here. Okay.
No, dude, get out of here. Show me on the Coke bottle, dude.
Okay, so hug. I'm like here.
Oh, and then you pull back.
And you look. Wait.
Oh my God, dude, that's creep central.
That's so bad. I think I just have autism. Like, it's hard.
Honestly, it is very awkward. And you know, it's funny because on one hand, people are like, ask. You gotta ask.
Oh, I always ask. Big asker.
There's plenty of times where
I ask on every step of making out. I ask every time. Like, is this okay? I do that.
But a lot of people, when you ask, they're like, that ruined the moment. And
this is a tough spot to be.
But also, it's a weird thing where you're just like, hey, if we both want to, and I ask, then I'm just breaking the tent. Like, can we just do this rather than like dancing around it?
Yeah. Apparently, like, dude, I talked to this one girl. She's like, I love the game. I love the game of dating. I'm like, what the? You're a psycho.
Hate the game.
Hate the game.
Hate the game.
Love the player. Hate the game.
So dumb. The whole game. Yeah. The whole game is, as a dude, we got to go on a date. Okay. And then to your point, you're like, I love you immediately, apparently.
Apparently.
But you're not allowed to say that immediately.
Yeah,
You've been saying it, apparently.
I feel it in my heart.
But you got to wait. You can't, like, literally, if you go on a date that goes great and you go home and an hour later you go, hey, that was a really fun time. I really enjoyed that. Like, a lot of women look at that and they're like, ugh, clingy, jeez. And you're like, okay, I just wanted to be like, so then you got to play this game where you're like, okay,
how long do I wait? I gotta wait.
But then if you wait too long, then they're like, you know, that's my female.
This is the answer is arranged marriages. That's the answer.
It is.
I'm gonna go to Brazil and change a woman's life.
No, dude, you're gonna go to church with your mom, and the next person she points out, you're marrying. You're marrying a pregnant woman in the front row next Sunday.
Honestly, that might not be that bad. Like, I think I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude. You gotta be like, hey, you gotta be okay with me in these open mics.
Hey, that baby that's coming along, you're gonna have to do most of this stuff for a while.
Just a heads up.
You go, I got a new bit about kissing.
I got a new bit about me lingering around.
Yeah.
So bad, man.
Yeah. You look, we're
dude,
married.
my cheeks hurt from smiling so big on that. It's so funny.
Smile? Is that what? Dude.
Just knowing that I'm an idiot, like, for a fact, when it comes to dating, is very funny. Just like knowing for a fact that I'm just bad.
Yeah, it is funny. And the older I've gotten, the more I've realized, because when you're younger, you just think, you're more attracted to. I think a lot of guys are just attracted to like the physical rather than the connection. You're just like a high school dude, and you're like, she's hot, I want to go out with her, rather than like, oh, she's attractive because she's cool and she looks attractive and I can hang out with her. And so many dates you go on early on, like high school and college, you're like trying to form yourself to what they want.
Yeah. And
you're not, but you're trying to do that, and it's awkward because you're like not being yourself. And then when you get older, like, I know I've noticed, like, if it's awkward and weird and like the whole, like, every step and kissing, all that's weird, then it's like, you're probably not meant to be together because like you're not compatible in that sense. But if it's right, then you're like, hey, this is very natural, and I don't have to pretend to be somebody else. You don't have to pretend to be somebody else. We both know we want to kiss, and we just kissed. But yeah, there are some times we've all done that where you go, you know what, I don't know, maybe the third kiss will spark something in me. Maybe
that's what it is for girls most of the time.
The third kiss.
It's like they're like, I gotta see what's going on here and like figure it out. Because you get like, dude, just imagine these guys are just the worst.
Let me ask you this, dude. Kissing with glasses. What's your move?
Fucking nightmare, dude. It's tough because I'm afraid I go take those glasses off. They're not kissing me.
Dude,
I'm like,
it is a bold move. Because also,
no way.
Also, they know too. They know you. The only time you've ever taken your glasses off is like in this moment, and they're like, "Oh, he's going for it." And then if like it doesn't happen, you're just like, "No, I just sometimes my eyes get tired when I have my glasses on too long."
You're like, oh yes, like what are you doing later, right? Like, just like the defeated put the glasses back on.
Nothing worse than being defeated and then going, let me see your unhappy face in HD now. Let's watch you get out of the car in high def. Yeah. You literally just in the car, you take it off. Like, what's happening? Just in case.
Oh, well, okay.
Do you always take it off, or you ever kiss with them on?
Kiss with them on.
Yeah. I feel like the first kiss, you have to keep them on.
Keep them on.
Which stinks because you can't get a good kiss in there. Dude, if they got all... It's hard to get a good kiss with glasses on. If they have glasses, forget about it, dude. Forget about it.
There's nothing more attractive to me than a girl with glasses, dude.
Oh,
I love it. That's
the big thing?
Mike was trying to get my thing. That's probably my thing is girls with glasses.
Yeah.
Big
Anything
fan.
else? Hair color?
Don't really care.
Don't really care?
Body
That's build?
Don't really care. Also,
how about are you a front or back? Preference?
Don't really either. Yeah, man. I'm just down to have a good time.
How about voice?
Don't care.
Maybe if she sounded like this, I couldn't do it.
You weren't
hey,
into
Jason, you're very handsome. Do you want to
into the lady at the gym
later?
Yeah, dude, that lady at the gym was Macho Man Randy Savage. She was
dude,
hey, you want to work in with me, brother? And then I'm like, I guess. And then I'm like,
if you put those glasses on, I will.
I'm trying to freaking do these freaking chest exercises with an erection. She's spotting me. She's like, hey, you got to squeeze your lats more on these back. I'm like, oh, good God.
Do you make the first move usually in the car? Is that the first kiss territory usually?
I don't know, man.
That's tough too, dude. With that the
middle
space.
Middle space.
You really got to. Because if they don't meet you in the middle, dude, you're aggressively leaning over in an uncomfortable position.
I'm a big 80%er. Hitch rule. They go 80%. They go the other 20.
You know what I wish I had the confidence to do?
What?
Just look at them and go. You think that works?
That's the douchiest thing of all time.
That's so douchey.
I can't do that.
But if that could, I take it back. I would never do that. But that would, honestly, if that worked,
it might.
I bet it works for some.
I bet if I get more ripped, there's a shot of me being able to be like, come on.
Yeah.
Maybe and then I change these bad boys out for some shades, for some sunglasses. Wear sunglasses, just be like.
There needs to be more signal. You hear about signals that people have, like in the bathhouse or whatever. You do this or that,
and it's bathhouse.
I don't know. You hear
what the hell?
You hear about. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like how there's signals to be like, I want to hook up, or I want to. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking. I have a very gross story. I was at Burning Man, Colorado. It's called Apogea, and I was in this tent. And I was unaware of this. At the time I was in the tent, it was they would schedule orgies at that time period in the tent. And I was unaware of this. There was a woman, she sat. She actually had a really, really good conversation. We just talked about stuff. And then I realized that she had her legs spread completely apart and was actively showing her under parts to me. Craziest part about this story is my uncle was sitting 2 feet away from me and couldn't see what was happening.
Okay.
It was insane. Very bad. Nothing happened. Just left, and then I ate a bunch of cheese.
Oh. All right. That's
so that was a signal, I believe.
I thought you were going to say, and then I told her I loved you.
Yeah, he said I love you. Oh, my God.
Yeah, signals like that. I wish there were more signals for, because you hear certain signals like that. I mean, I don't know how many there are, but you hear of them, whether they're true or not. Got a good bit here.
Oh, no, I have another thing. There's signals.
But yeah, like if that would make it so much easier. If you're like both into each other and you just like a little wink or something, you're like, all right, we're
You
good
can't
to
wink.
Oh, dude, that would kill it. But I'm saying,
Can't wink.
what could you do that wouldn't kill the vibe?
Wish I'd talked to someone. What would you do, Caleb? What's your signal? Caleb seems to be good with ladies, I think. You just vibe.
You just vibe. You just feel the
freaking
vibes.
cool guys ruin everything,
I
dude.
know, dude.
These cool guys are like, hey, what's up, dude? What's the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at Apogee, I was hanging out with this Italian girl.
Uh-huh.
And we were looking up at the stars. It was me and her. We were sitting next to each other. We did a little bit of LSD.
Sounds right.
And we were, and I was like, how do you say you are in Italian? And then she like said something. And then I was like, the most beautiful girl in the world in Italian. How do you say that? And she started blushing. Then I said it all back to her and I just completely fucked it up.
Dude, that's so funny. I had something similar to that where I was on a date. It was a decade plus ago, probably about a decade ago.
Yeah.
And the date went really well. We went out to eat. And then we walked around town after that. So the date, like banter, everything, it just was firing, connection, great. And we're walking around.
Yeah,
you definitely messed that up.
Yeah. And then imagine I didn't hear it twice, heard her say it once, and then I repeated it back.
Yeah. You just called her like a bat. Yeah.
Yeah. The joke
really
I had is that I called her fat in Italian. that was like when I wrote the joke. Like it did pretty well for a while. I could bring that back. That was pretty funny.
But so I was walking around after the date. Everything had gone great. We're walking around downtown, and there was like a public piano.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been dabbling with piano. I had a little keyboard at home,
baby.
And I had written my own, couple songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down, and she was like, she didn't know that I played. She was like, if you play piano right now, this will be like the best date ever. And then I just proceeded to not play anything correctly. Like I was like, like trying to find the key, and then just like totally botched the moment to go from like, dude, this is the best date ever to like, oh, you really killed the vibe.
I've been there, man. I busted out a guitar a couple times and have that's helped me a couple times. I wrote the way because I like the first girl I dated, she tried to like friend zone me. Wrote a song, sent her the song.
Ooh.
We ended up dating.
I've sent some songs, dude.
What's up?
I've sent some songs.
Dude, that's how we do it. We send them songs. And then there's something that sucks when you write it. Like I wrote like right now. I'm writing like hits right now. Like this. I'm like I could hear like someone else because I don't like my voice, but I'm like if someone else sung the song, it would like I'm like this is really good. But just like getting like nothing back. Imagine sending a song getting left on red.
Yeah.
Oh,
two songs I wrote, and before I was able to present it to the girl, they broke up with me. And then one, this girl was being weird, and so I just literally recorded like freestyle and sent it to her.
You freestyle rapped for a
not
girl.
A freestyle rap, not just freestyle lyrics.
Honey, you hot bitch. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, of course. Could you tell I'm great at rapping?
Ben's great at rapping. He wrote a song about this girl that was crazy.
Yeah, just freestyle lyrics over some chords or whatever, and sent it to her almost as just like I think she had maybe ghosted me or something. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to send you the dumbest song ever. And then she responded she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. And then the conversation went from there, and I was like, what are you? Okay. Yeah, that was funny because when she responded, I was like, okay, this girl's not stable. I can't. I'm
like, oh, this was bad.
But
you're like, oh, I wrote her a song, but she's the one who responded. She was the bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is something like, I think, dude, writing songs for girls and them not liking you is so fucking funny.
Oh, dude, it is brutal.
There's something like, and then you're like, and then imagine being a musician. Like, that's like, I empathize with Taylor Swift a little bit sometimes. Because, like, she wrote all those songs for all those guys, and then she has to sing them forever.
Yeah.
Like, teardrops on my guitar, every time she has to think about that dumb guy.
They lose me. For me, they lose the songs
meaning.
that I wrote in the moment of, like, lust or whatever, Now you're like, it means nothing.
Mm.
And if it was a number one hit song that made money, I'd be like, dude, I'm singing it. I'll sing it twice, up front and as my closer.
Yeah, I wrote a song. You know what? Freaking, I'll get my guitar. Let's go.
Oh gosh, let's hear it. We're bringing out the hits. Yeah. Oh gosh, you learned a full song in Italian to sing to her. Oh wow, dude, you guys are gonna get the full JJ love song experience. Ooh, that in tune?
Should be.
Ooh, A minor. D, G, I like it.
I went on one date with this girl.
Wow.
'Cause I don't have the words that I can say to you to let you know how much I care for you. 'Cause I don't know if it's right, but with you in my arms tonight, everything just seems to fall into place. 'Cause how do I say that I'm missing you? And how do I know if it's real or just a show? I don't know how, I don't know when, but babe, I'll still miss you then. How do I say, can you kiss me? Yeah, that's it.
Wow, that's I'll say it's better than I thought it would be.
Much better.
But also, you sound like a 65-year-old cowboy. You sound.
Hell yeah, that's what I got. Man.
Yeah, is that what you're going for? Just the old school Johnny Cash-esque.
Yeah, I got a deep voice, man.
The first song I wrote was called "You Can't Deny."
Dude, pause.
It was a banger.
Dude, that's your song's just about freaking like freaking assaulting someone.
No, it was funny because that wasn't for a woman. That was just the first song I wrote. And so the lyrics were, it was like, you can't deny this love is breaking down beneath my skin. It hurts in all directions.
Ooh, look at that.
But it was no, it was just like high school Ben who's like, oh, you know, when you're in high school, you're like, I have crushes. They don't like me. I know what love is or whatever. And you don't at all. And then I recorded it and I shared it. I played it for my family and they laughed at it. And I've been scared to publicly sing ever since.
No, man. Don't worry about it. Sing your
therapist.
Sing your heart out, man.
No, I honestly, it's
don't let
singing is more vulnerable to me, way more vulnerable
than comedy.
Because you're just being a goofball. And in songs, you're like, here are lyrics that I wrote for a woman or for somebody that meant something. And there's no out. Like if people aren't really enjoying it, you can't be like, yeah, I'm just kidding around. You know?
if when stand-up's not going good, I'm like, well, they didn't like that one. If I'm playing a song and they're like, that was kind of bullshit. I'm like, shoot, dude, that blows.
Yeah. If you're on stage and it's not you go, you guys hate me. You just self-deprecate. You can't do that when you're like
at one of the Vultures open mic down here, it's music and comedy. I'm like, I could just sign up on the music side, go perform music. And see how it goes, dude.
I need to, on my bucket list, which I'll have to do at some point. It's not, but do a music open mic, sing a self-written song.
Yeah, do it, man. One of my goals for my life is I want to write one of the songs I danced to with my wife at our wedding.
Yeah,
that's like one of my life goals.
Wait, you want to write the song that you danced to?
Yeah, at my wedding.
That's pretty big ego there, dude.
I'm like, I think I could write something that good. Especially
actually, that's probably pretty common for artists to do. Then,
yeah, dude. Like, I'm afraid. Like I'm in the interview process at Dutch Bros right now.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna work at Dutch Bros.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
What you're unemployed at the moment?
Yeah.
Where'd you work last?
Worked for, just doing window well covers. I was really bad at my job.
Yeah.
It's like
you were selling.
I wasn't selling. I was just making them, and I'm like, I can't. my
Factory
attention.
type stuff?
Yeah, I was working in a factory.
Oh, dude.
I'm like, that's why I sound like Johnny.
Did you go to
Cash.
college?
No, I went to college and I dropped out.
Okay.
So I'm like, dude,
Dutch
freaking-
brother. You said it as if like I'm in the interview process. It's pretty prestigious.
Yeah. No, but the thing is they
Barista
had 1,000 applicants and I'm in the top
What?
35. Yeah.
For how many spots?
I think like 20 or 30.
Oh, for like throughout the city.
Yeah, throughout the for this location. Yeah.
There 20?
Yeah.
It's a new spot opening
Yeah,
up?
new Dutch Bros location. Yeah.
Are you good at making coffee?
No, but I'm a great like. What they told me is like they can teach you how to make coffee. They can't teach your window personality. And I'm like, I think I got a pretty good window personality. I think it'd be fun to talk to. I love talking to people.
You think that?
Yeah.
Until some person comes up and gets sassy with you.
Oh no, man, I don't care. I'm like, oh yeah,
Dude,
yeah, we'll fix that for you.
Trust me. I've worked in sales for 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't care. And then you get beat down and beat down and beat down. And then on a day where you're like, oh, you bombed last night. Okay, and you got 4 hours of sleep, and the girl you like just texted you and you said, I hate you. And then somebody comes up to the window and goes, you gave me the wrong cream. And you go, shut up. Maybe not that, but
I'll say, hey, I'll fix that right up for you.
Yeah, you'll say that, and then you'll be steaming.
And then I get a free drink.
Is that how it works?
Yeah. They don't give
No.
a shit at Dutch Bros. Dude, Dutch Bros charges $9 for a drink because
Dude,
it
so
costs like
expensive.
$2.
Very expensive there.
It's so expensive there. Dude, you get tipped. And like you get tipped all the time.
I don't like. How do you feel about the tip?
I spin that motherfucker right back.
Dude.
I'm done.
When I'm getting a service, I tip. I tip well.
Do you consider me giving you your Dutch Bros order? Do you consider that service?
No, that is you make. And here's the argument that I make. Because people always go, yeah, dude, you always tip for coffee. And you go, but why? They go, they're making the coffee. You go, yeah, I'm buying the coffee. Do you tip McDonald's? They're making your hamburger. Do you tip McDonald's?
No.
No.
Because there's
Why
no
would
tip
you?
button.
And nor should there be. But when they're doing, it's like you're ordering. If you sit down and they're like providing you service, hey, can I refill your coffee? Can I?
You know what my service is? I'm gonna say, hey, what are you up to today? Okay, let's do a little act out of me. You're going through the Dutch Bros line. Your cat just died, and I am the Dutch Bros employee that's trying to give you your coffee.
My cat died.
Your cat
so I'm
died.
upset.
You're upset.
You're not upset.
I'm not upset at all.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? You drive up.
Okay, I drive up.
Yeah, and then you order and stuff. Okay,
Is anybody there?
I'm here. Hey, what's going on?
What?
What can I get started for you today?
Do you have any specials?
Yeah, we have the Rebels. If you're looking for something energy drink like, we have a caramelizer. That's my personal favorite. What are you looking for today?
Well, my cat's dead. Can I get a discount?
Yeah, man. Just pull up. Tell me what you want.
You're fired immediately. Man.
No, like I talk to the Dutch Bros people. Like they love doing stuff like that.
They're like, if a cat dies, you can give away free
coffee. If they had a
coffee.
bad day, like you literally like they're like supposed to like you give them stuff for free.
Really?
Yeah. You can pull up and like be like, hey, I had a really bad day. Could I just have a cup of coffee? They'll be like, they'll get you one.
Dude, that's tight, actually.
No, like they do that Chick-fil-A too. If you're just like, hey man, like I'm in a really tough spot. Can I just have
But
a sandwich?
people must know that though and abuse that.
Not really. Because the thing is, you just ask. Like if you're in the situation where you're begging for free coffees and you're scheming, you're not doing like things aren't going well if you're scheming for the free coffee.
Yeah, dude, but you're going to the creme de la creme of coffee. Okay, if you don't have enough money to get coffee, you go to McDonald's. Okay, maybe you get a free 99-cent coffee. You're like, hey, can you give me a free $14?
Dude, they give you
large
on your birthday at Dutch Bros. They give you like a large of anything you want.
Dude,
Like on my
I gotta start
birthday.
drinking coffee again.
Yeah, on my
I'm off
birthday.
coffee.
Oh, dude. Ooh, yeah. But the thing is, it's hard without sugar. Probably
I only drank coffee without sugar.
black coffee.
Black coffee or coffee with cream.
That's crazy.
What?
I can't understand.
Dude,
that.
that's gross.
I love sugar.
Coffee with sugar, and then you
Love
do
a
that
good
every
sugar.
day, and you're just having a dessert drink for breakfast.
every day.
So bad.
I do 0 calorie sweetener.
I'm trying to do a joke about how bad the American diet is, and it's not great. It's not really formed out. But
Now you're gonna do it.
I'm eating super healthy, so
Yeah.
I realize I have to preface the joke by being like, I've been eating so terribly. Our diet as a whole is so bad, rather than being like a pretentious like.
I think you should be like, I'm better than you, and here's why. I like that perspective.
Well, I have a part where I talk about the Snickers, how the commercial where
You're
it's
not
like,
you when you're hungry.
yeah, someone's grumpy, they give them a Snickers, you're not you and you're hungry. And I say like, yeah, I'm also not me when I eat 100 grams of sugar. That's the big punchline. ladies and
Goodness
gentlemen.
gracious. They're going to hate you. They're
that's
going to
the-
hate you today in Colorado Springs.
Oh, is that?
We got a Snickers bar crowd at Munchies.
yeah?
What's up?
No, I love Snickers. Everybody loves Snickers, but also it's like, I'm not me when I'm eating like when the
Bad.
healthiest part of the bar is chocolate.
Oh, the healthiest part of the bar is the nuts.
Whatever. That's not as funny as a punchline. It's the peanuts.
Dude, I've been crushing honey roasted peanuts, dude. Just crushing them.
Those do sound pretty good.
Pretty scrumptious, man.
Yeah.
So good, dude.
Is that your go-to? Your
So,
vice?
I would say my vice is ice creams. I love ice cream.
What kind?
Chocolate,
What
everything.
brand?
I like Bluebell. Bluebell's really good.
You go for the gallon?
Look at me.
Do you eat the whole gallon in
Look
one
at me.
sitting?
You can't eat a whole gallon in one sitting.
You don't?
I can go half.
Wait. What's a gallon? Is the gallon the big round
Gallon's
one?
the big, the big tub. That's a gallon.
Wait.
Gallon's big. It's
What
a
is,
gallon.
what is the regular size like
regular's a
thing
pint.
that's like right here?
It's a pint.
No. The Ben and Jerry's pint is like tiny.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the.
Oh, I've eaten one of those. 100%.
Yeah, that's
But
that's not a full gallon. Yeah, that's maybe a half gallon probably.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're talking about. Like a 48 ounce.
Yeah, 48 ounce, whatever that means.
Yeah, I've crushed that, dude. No business.
I wonder how many. Yeah, because Ben and
Dude, I'm
Jerry's.
standing on business. I'm talking. I could crush one of those and then like get in a fight with my girlfriend. Dude.
That's a gallon. Yeah, that's. I worked with somebody at one point, a lady. She told me that one summer she every day for lunch ate a gallon of ice cream and didn't gain any weight. And I said, I don't believe you. I said, that's an insane thing to say. So my part of my downfall with my health was I was getting in the routine of eating a pint of Ben and Jerry's pretty often. And a pint easy. I'd go
Easy.
I'd
Pints
eat
are
two.
easy. Nothing.
but you just can't buy two, But if
Dude,
there was another one there, I'd start scraping. What's your favorite Ben and Jerry's flavor?
Oh, dude, I love. Dude, they got like the core. They got
Core is what it's called?
the core. Yeah, they put a chocolate core on the inside of chocolate ice cream. It's
Like a
it's
fudge?
it's a fudge core. Yeah, it's a fudge core.
You
Can you
falling asleep?
pull that?
Looks like the edibles hitting.
Oh,
You're
dude,
like,
no, it's
core.
I'm just getting. I genuinely am getting like I really want fudge core ice cream Ben and
My
Jerry's.
favorite is the strawberry cheesecake. You
Oh
ever-
yeah, that's it. Peanut butter fudge core. That's what $83.
Whoa.
Why is it $83? Do the I am not a robot test.
Amazon's like $83. It's got to be like 20.
I might do.
You might order 20.
Let's take our ad budget and just buy ice cream, Caleb. Let's do it.
So you're getting ad money.
Yeah.
You just hitting up local spots.
That's the goal is to try to get like a couple more businesses. Yeah.
So you just hit them up saying like, I got podcast.
Yeah.
I keep it clean. I don't say anything about.
No. Don't say that.
You go,
keep it
hey,
clean.
you
I have
know
a
what a good
podcast.
way to get people to use your business for window cleaning? We're going to talk about kissing for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And how
No,
awkward we
it's just
are
like
as
No, it's like the pitch is like basically it's like, hey, are you looking to get some more local reach?
Yeah.
In the community goals. So we have a podcast that has a pretty decent reach. We're averaging about 5,000 to 10,000 views on a lot of our clips. And basically right now we're looking for a couple businesses to partner with in terms of sponsoring our podcast. What we do is we do an ad read every single episode and we'd help promote your business in other ways too. We'd help you make some sketches and other stuff. Basically our plans go from anywhere from $150 to upwards of $500 for the all-in-one package. Is there anything that in there that would sound interesting to you?
This pitch.
No,
quite
I
a
came
bit.
with all that on the spot.
On the spot,
Yeah.
dude. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, I have my dad's salesman stuff. So I'm just gonna be calling up businesses like the next like couple weeks.
Yeah. Nice.
Because like the goal would be to get like 10 businesses that are like local staples and just like kind of like market that and then use that money to invest in growing the podcast
Yeah.
and to increase our reach. Then we're more like in a position for that. You just ask, man.
Yeah,
it's like
I need to start doing that. And,
also, by the way, any venue that you've done a show at is a very, very good chance of being a sponsor. Like, I'm going to try to go get Looney's Comedy Corner to sponsor the podcast because that's like a great connection. I probably could reach out to the Denver Improv and I'd be like, hey, I'll plug your dates on every single episode of my podcast. It'd be a great partnership. I'll promote everything on your calendar and all those different shows.
Yeah.
Because I do like weekly podcasts. I'm like, hey, every single week we have listeners that love comedy, right? And we can be like, hey, this clip was sponsored by the Denver Improv or like whatever business.
I was talking to a comic who does this a lot, and I need to be better at this and just try this, which is reaching out to companies and saying either, hey, I would like some money, in a sales pitch type way, or product, AKA like Cotopaxi. Just be like, reach out to them and be like, hey, I put out clips on my Instagram. I wear your stuff, would love to get a free jacket. And I could wear it, put out a clip, tag you in it. You can use that on your page, obviously have them approve, like here's kind of the clip or the joke.
Yeah.
You see that all the time. Have you seen the Dr. Squash, that soap?
Yeah.
They're doing like stand-up stuff. I'm seeing that on my feed where they've got like Stavros and Troy Bond and Maddie Smith, maybe from Wild 'N Out.
Yeah.
That are for a soap thing. And so either asking for like, free apparel to put in or also like apparel and money. But it's like, yeah, dude, I just why not?
Yeah, dude, like literally what my dad told me. My dad's been in sales for freaking forever. It's literally just, it's like you're going to make 100 phone calls and you're probably going to get 10 yeses. It's just like you're just 100 phone calls away. And you just ask. And it's like, hey, do you have a person that's in your marketing department that would be a good person to reach out to for potential sponsorship?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, they're like, hey, we run a local show. We make one episode every single week. We're growing very, very fast. It's like right now our viewership on the podcast is not very great, but our clips are doing pretty good. So like you'd sponsor every single clip and we basically would shout out and tag your business. And it would be a great way of getting some local reach.
You tell them pretty good? You do double pretty?
No, I'd say pretty good. I just stuttered.
Good.
I stuttered.
You're pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, man. How's your podcast going? We can plug it.
Yeah. The weekly daily podcast. It's going all right. Honestly, so it's a solo podcast and I recognize that having guests is much more engaging and popular and gets more views, which makes sense. And I'll probably try to do a little bit more, but honestly, I'm talking about myself and my comedy journey and kind of what's going on in my life. And I recognize that that's not as interesting, but I want to start doing it and plugging it on the road and have like go do shows and hopefully go well. The shows go well. And then the people are interested and more invested in following me. And then when they follow me from there, kind of grow the numbers that way in an organic way. I just recorded a pod with Ed Bell all about the behind the scenes of his album recording, which will come out this week.
Oh, that's awesome. And, I need to have Ed on. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to maybe you let me know if you think this is interesting. I've talked to multiple people. I think it would be, but doing like a series within the podcast of album recordings and just talking to different comics who've recorded an album and get all the behind the scenes stuff, like the equipment used, the venue, how they felt going into it, how many shows they did, cost, things like that. So, I mean, that'll be more specifically interesting for comics who are interested, but I'm hoping in the next year or two to maybe record something. And I think a lot of people are
congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Congratulations on recording in a year or two.
Yeah. That's great. Like being able to take that on is huge. It's also like it's like finding like the right venue is huge.
Yeah.
And it's also you just like pretty much it's like you just got to figure out a way to move like 300 seats and you
not even.
You don't think you need 300?
No.
That's what I'd want.
So
I at least want 300, 350.
Ed and Sammy did a dual record together and they recorded at Comic Sense.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Max is out at 50 and with the equipment in there, I think like 45 and they did 5 shows, which is
that's awesome.
And I talked to him about it. It makes sense. Like that is a representation of like what we're doing as like kind of typical comics is like you go do 4 or 5 shows a weekend.
Yeah.
We're not quite there yet, but we're getting it. You're doing the improv. Like
we'll do it here and there.
You're hoping to do it consistently. But yeah, that's much more representative, I think. And also, you're able to patch together the best parts versus you do one. Realistically, if you do one venue, 300 seats, you got one shot at it. Are you going to have an early and late show? You're going to be able to sell 600 tickets? Yeah, probably not. Are you going to be able to sell 300 tickets? Probably not. And I'm not saying that to you. I'm talking to me or anybody in kind of our situation. Like, you got to.
Yeah, I
selling
couldn't move
300
that
tickets
many.
is a lot, especially in Denver. Like, good luck, dude.
Or the Springs stuff.
A little easier in the Springs, I would say. But still, like in the big city, there's a lot of stuff going on. So getting a smaller venue like that, and then like it's cool because you start hearing from different people, hearing from Ed, hearing from others, where you're like, oh, I actually kind of have most of the equipment to be able to do it. And it just depends on like what level of professionalism do you want? Like, do I want the video? I probably would want to record video as well in a somewhat professional way.
Yeah.
To at least be able to clip it out. And, but I have like audio, I have that Zoom H4n. I have like little lapel wireless things. I have another Zoom thing. So you can like plug it straight into the sound system to get the perfect crisp voice from the comedian. And then, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff where you're like, oh, it's actually not that difficult. And if you just kind of set it up and.
It's playing. Also, you can reach out to different production companies too. And you can find like people like I just have a couple videographer friends that like probably could do a really good job. You know?
Yeah, just buddies and friends in the community.
Yeah, it's huge, especially with someone that just can nail audio.
Yeah,
but yeah, dude, I think we've done almost 3. Well, how many? 3 hours almost.
Whoa,
dude, that's awesome.
What's your usual?
Oh, probably about 2 around there. 2.5. That's awesome.
You doing the Rogan?
Yeah, man. It's just I like it. It's just I love it. It's also just it's a great excuse to be able to talk to like comics and stuff for an extended period of time.
Yeah,
because it's like when are we going to be able to do stuff like this? And,
yeah,
like, sit down
we're
and talk
seeing
for
each
a long
other
time.
less and less frequently. Just the busier we get.
Yeah, man, it's great. It's great to just sit down and talk with you for a while.
Yeah.
It's been awesome, dude. Thanks so much for coming on the pod. Is there anything you want to plug? Or I'm not sure. It would be released in a while.
Just check out my podcast, the Weekly Daily Podcast, Instagram at Ben Daily Comedy. See some clips, some dates, stuff like that. But yeah, other than that,
perfect. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I would be surprised if you did. So thank you so much. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out Ben on social media. Please like, share, and subscribe on the podcast. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
The JJAlexander Show.
We're live.